Good evening, race fans. Welcome into round number 1 of the playoffs here tonight at the Kansas Speedway. Here, race number 9 of the season. The Tenold-Fischer 172 here for 120 laps. Kicking off the round of 12 here this evening. Fuel runs estimated at 38 to 42 laps. 5 tire sets for these drivers and 3 green-white checkers to settle it. And as always, here with my co-commentator, Art. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. If we can get a cup race like half as good as the actual cup race yesterday, then I think we're on for a good show.
Oh, so you're trying to see someone get wrecked on the last lap for the win, then?
I mean, if we could see drivers throw hands, that would also be real fun.
Ross Chastain had it coming. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, but he's the one who threw the hands.
Let's go ahead and get you right into the on-track action as qualifying is underway. Kenny Stennis down the back straightaway for his first time lap. The 81 machine. 12 drivers going to be completing for playoff glory. James Jimmy Fillers, first of those across the line. 31.3 the time to beat. Not beaten by Kenny Stennis. Let's see who's next up to cross the line. I believe it is Jacob Blakely. He slots into third. Jordan Miller crossed the line. He goes second quickest. Times are coming down hot and heavy. There was Zach Lahman. He had a very strong regular season. James Jimmy Fillers, first man into the 30s on his second lap. Drew off 31.27. He was quicker than Fillers on his first lap by 0.03 of a second. Down the back straightaway through 3 and 4 for the final time. Leaves it in 5th gear up towards the high side of the racetrack, looking for the momentum off of turn number 4. He's going to hit the wall and invalidate his lap. He had a very strong...
So I was gonna point out Tony Scarbo running a dare car. I didn't know dare was still in effect.
Magnus Anderson goes P3. Brandon Kiger P4. Randy Arms top of the board, 30.93. Very strong lap. Tony Scarbo 5th quickest.
I brought attention to him and he put down a heater. Got himself top 5 currently.
Ryan Tiller goes 3rd in the Sinclair car. Here's Andrew Tenold in the 45. 4 Mile Productions Camaro.
And getting word, Mick Elroy in chat. Blakely won the truck race and the LCQ. Currently lined up P4. Now P5 as Casey Brown jumps up to P3.
Yeah, that 00 looking very strong in practice. LCQ winner.
He's getting pushed further back, but he's going to have 120 laps to make his way towards the front.
Logan Brass looked very quick in practice for the Bitcoin team. He sets off on his first lap, just over a minute left in qualifying, so plenty of time to get these laps in. Ryan Hatch goes 24th. 27 drivers have set a lap time so far. Brass, the only other man out on track with Ryan Hatch. Eligible lap times. Ryan Hatch, one of the Bitcoin Boys racing drivers. Off of turn number 4. To the line, and the 54 will slot into the 13th position. Improves on his second lap. Logan Brass on his first lap. The 89 machine. Down back straightaway. Have time for one lap here tonight. He will be the last man to set a competitive lap time. Lost in the shuffle, though. How about Samuel Demien, top of the board, 30.91. The 89 machine goes 6th.
Damn, Damien finding speed that he has not shown throughout the season.
He's had a lot of rough luck getting involved in accidents not of his own doing, but sets down a heater of a lap time to take pole position here this evening. 28 drivers with an eligible lap time. Chris Pinder and Justin Johnson not electing to qualify. Jonathan Dolly qualifies slowest out of the 28 drivers, but we know he's got some good long-run speed. We'll have some work to do here tonight over the course of 120 laps.
I think we could potentially get into the fun part, picking winners. We can talk about potentially what happened in LSRL. We started the playoffs. We had drivers who came in and just dominated, weren't in the playoffs. I'm looking at Jacob Blakely, strong in the trucks here, strong in the LCQ here, might play a factor, might try and be the playoff spoiler, win a race and not be a playoff driver.
You are correct about the branding. That's because I don't use the tower. So I forgot to update the race title for that. But it is the Tenold-Fischer 172, sponsored by Andrew Tenold and his family, his grandmother specifically. There's a picture. Shout out to them for sponsoring this first race of the playoffs and for a great cause, no less, for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Massive shout out to them. Thank you for Andrew Tenold for providing this picture.
I still can't believe his grandma was able to live my dream.
How about it? But ARS playoff time. Race number 1 of the round of 12, and the pole sitter goes to a non-playoff driver. You see the drivers with a P next to their name indicate that they are playoff eligible. Mark Frimpong looked so strong throughout the regular season, was looking like a safe bet to get in. And then Drew Joie playing spoiler upset the whole order with a shock win when he needed it the most. Knocked Frimpong out of the playoffs.
And Drew going to be starting from the depths here, 22nd.
Now, obviously, his second lap invalidated. As this field of what will be 36 cars, 35 if Hunter Rupp elects not to start, A very good looking field here under the lights. As we roll off, you mentioned it briefly. Let's get some picks to win here this evening.
I think I'm going to go with the man sitting outside in the playoffs, Randy Arms. Let's say outside the front row, yeah.
Say he is securely in the playoffs.
I said outside, and I meant to say outside in the front row. Yeah.
Give me another one of these playoff contenders. Give me Nick Miller tonight, finally breaking through in the 20 machine. Let's take a quick look, very quick look at your point standings as they came into tonight's race. There is your top 12. 6 points separating the bunch. And everything to play for here this evening. But it will be Samuel Demien, nothing to lose. He's going to go for broke here tonight.
What in the world is happening? What? The outside line is non-existent. Like, we have extended the caution, but...
That's interesting.
Yeah, Logan Brass making his way through the field. He's supposed to be starting up there.
Looks like some guys did not get off the pit road too well. Already high drama here. Thomas Green.
Oh, weird one.
We'll lay the green one more lap, and the suspense will build here as we are in Kansas. I love a good college-themed paint scheme. Ooh, that's Eastern Tennessee State University. Mr. Fillers.
I've never in my life.
Eastern Tennessee State? That's got to be what that is. I feel like I've heard of that acronym before. The teammates on the front row, the speed zone guys, locking out the front row.
In what world have you watched Division IV college baseball? I don't know if that's true.
I'm pretty sure they're FCS and they beat Vanderbilt last year. Or that might have been a different Tennessee directional school. I have no idea. Not sure. Gave him my best guess though. ETSU.
They're at Division I FCS. Good for them.
So that was 2 years ago. So they did beat Vanderbilt. That's how I know them, because it was kind of funny because Vanderbilt's terrible at football. But that's not what we're here for tonight. We're here for 120 laps of on-track action. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. Field in tow by Samuel Demien. He enters the Geico restart zone. Waits the flagman, and we are underway. With a bit of a sketchy restart there. 3 cars running into the back of each other there. The first 3, Demien, Fillers, and Frimpong on the inside. Randy Arms trying to fight back on that outside for second. Nick Miller slots into 4th.
Ooh, looking like a lot of cars real loose on that high side out of 2.
Don't be worried about the cold tires here. Through lap number 1, looks like the midfield made it through okay. Look at Mitchell Bagley. He's got nothing to lose. He's going for broke, but he puts it in the wall. Lap number 1, right next to your playoff contender, Joshua McQuiggan. Drew Jawa in the mix as well. Jordan Kernow making his 2nd career start. Bagley in the wall again. And there's... Caution is out.
Tony Scarbo around. Multiple people around. Oh, no.
The whole back half of the field. William Bowman, the one of Steven Valdala. Chris Pinder involved. Dylan Failvich was just coming out of the pits. And what in the heck happened?
Trying to go 3 wide. Oh, what is this back here? Ryan Hatch. Little contact, and then he just goes up and gets into the back.
Oh, what is the 7 machine doing there? I believe that was Magnus Anderson. Take a look at the whodunit cam, but I'm pretty sure this is on the 7.
I have a feeling you're slightly wrong.
Unless... No, he just runs right into the 59. Rides right through him.
There are multiple incidents there, but yeah, that's the one that gets the 59 around.
And Ryan Hatch, I believe, also went around simultaneously, but... And what in the world? Thomas
It's
Green.
The big one.
Oh, contact is made. Hatch comes up into him. That's like a delayed reaction there from the 54. Hatch comes all the way up. Gets into him. That's like such a late reaction. Zach Scare gets punted. And then Thomas Green, after hitting the 54, He's got Scarbo right in front of him coming up the racetrack, and I think the 54. Oh, what in the world, fellas? And I think that's a move to try and get some revenge. He's trying to miss the 59, but it just so happens that the guy he made contact with, that's just a whole wadded up mess there. Tenold-Fischer.
Just a whole lot of shouldn't be happening on lap 1.
Tenold-Fischer is coming out of the pits and just stay down there. Guy's way in the back. William Bowman involved.
Yeah, if you're a playoff driver, do you see that happening in front of you? I would have locked it down all the way.
Really nowhere for these guys to go. And all washed up, and Bowman does a decent job there. Slight contact is made, no harm, no foul. Valdala nowhere to go. Extremely hard contact for a lot of these guys. The 6, Brandon French, how about it? Welcome to your debut tonight, bud. Nowhere to go for a lot of these guys. Tenold getting into the back there. Jonathan Dolly sneaks through. Maybe with a little bit of damage with Quiggin involved. There's a whole lot of nonsense here. Far too early in the race.
I can tell you right now, a lot of those drivers are happy there's at least a little bit of net code on their side. You saw the contact with Dolly and McQuiggan that just didn't register properly, so they just got to go inside of each other.
There was a heck of a lot of net code there. Had several drivers, cars inside of each other. But that was just unfortunate there. Magnus too deep into the corner. Rex Scarbo, but then right behind him is simultaneous incident with Thomas Green and Ryan Hatch. Tony Scarbo looks like he's got the worst of it along with Hatch. William Bowman out and away, and Dylan Felvich still on pit road. Big mover from that, Justin Johnson up 15 spots. Travis DeLeon up 16 spots. And Easton is up 12. Evan Boley also up 12 spots from that. EMS guys working their way through.
Our poles are currently down 17.
Emil Demia, what happened to him? Oh, he came in and
Did he
pitted.
pit? I was going to say, he definitely...
Fuel, yeah.
Yeah.
An early strategy call there from the 60 camp, but I would not have made that call after seeing what happened on lap number 2.
I guess we will be the ones to get to see it. If he gets involved in another mid-race wreck, we'll be able to know that, hey, that was just not the call, brother.
Still a long way to go here tonight. Playoff jitters definitely on display for a couple drivers, I'd say. But get it out of the way and regroup still, like you said. Over 100 laps to go.
As long as it's not the playoff drivers having the playoff jitters. Don't want to end your own race too early. And at least give yourself a chance at the next round.
Absolutely. Half the top 10 currently made up by playoff drivers. As James Jimmy Fillers will lead us down here on the restart. I have a dinosaurs are extinct joke there for Ryan Tiller. But if he survives the race, then we'll see. But if he gets in a wreck, I'll make it again. Good jump there for Fillers, and we are back underway.
Frimpong had his car all kinds of sideways with wheel spin trying to go with Fillers.
Working out so far inside of Randy Arms for second. Trying to get the run off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Zach Allman thinks about a 3-wide move, but doesn't have the momentum to pull it off. 18 still side by side for second.
Jarrett Talmadge entering the picture, having not a great connection there. Might, throw a wrench in for some of these drivers.
The aggressive side drafting there for second. That's going to bring Talmadge right into the mix. No one wants to yield this second position. It looks like Randy Arms might have the move done here out of turn number 2 with the run off the high side. Down the back straightaway. He is clear side by side now for the third position. Jarrett Talmadge is up 8 spots here in the early going. He's going to get the run off of turn number 4 and get around Frimpong, and he's bringing Zach Amon right with him.
Yeah, it's looking like that high side might be the best right now.
Definitely the way to make moves. Regular season champion Justin Johnson in the 33 working on that low side right now. Trying to recover from a choice to not qualify in the 33 machine.
So it was not a choice. He was disconnected, and then had to reconnect, and by the time that he got back in, it was a little too late.
Some early adversity here in round number 1 of the playoffs, but he is up 18 spots right now, picking him up, putting him down, making it look easy for our regular season champion.
Randy Arms has gotten to the bumper of Jimmy Fillers. He's going to have to get him off the high side to be able to make a pass. Oh, Fillers goes to the bottom.
Randy Arms in contention last week for the race win. Had some slight contact on the 3 wide move go wrong. No caution came out for the rest of the race, and he wound up finishing mid-pack. Looking for a little bit of revenge this week. You can see the gold banners and spoilers for the playoff drivers as well. Neat little touch there. I don't think everyone was able to get them added in time, but hopefully we'll have that next week. Could be a trading paints bug as well. Andrew Tenold up 10 spots. He's fighting away with Jacob Blakely, who has stayed in the 18th position since the restart. Picking up 1 spot now, 17th. Seventh quickest lap of the race last lap. Pole sitter picking up. He left off with some very quick lap times, but got some traffic to work through in front of him.
And just a little bit.
Quiggin has a lot of work to do. He's sitting 27th. Chris Pinder is sitting 30th, but we know he likes to make those late charges. He's just trying to survive all the craziness. As Tony Scherba was able to get back out on track, he's multiple laps down. And Hatch actually the quickest man on track, and then Quiggin.
And we had the conversation yesterday if it was going to be a drafting race in the trucks, and it might be here in the cars too.
But look at this little front group here of 7 cars within 0.6 of a second. Nick Miller very close to that 89 machine, pushing Zach Amon down the front straightaway. That makes a move down to the inside. Pretty decent racing here. Season champ Justin Johnson and Magnus Anderson side by side down the back straightaway.
Jarrett Talmadge with a run. He's going to be door to door with Randy Arms.
42 machine definitely trying to play playoff spoiler. He's had some serious speed throughout the season, like his teammate Thomas Green. Hasn't had as much as the luck factor. And he'll head off into turn number 1 side by side for the second position here as we work lap number 15.
Yeah, that thing looks like it's all kinds of gripped up on that high side.
Down the back straightaway, Randy Arms fighting hard. He's losing more and more time down that back straightaway.
He saw a little bit of a move there from
Zach
Fillers.
Amon.
It looked. Oh, I was gonna say Fillers. He moved down to the bottom to try and take away the draft.
And inadvertently gave some to Randy Arms. You can see these guys going hard. Looks like Logan Brass maybe got into the wall, but didn't lose too much time. Mark Frimpong starting to join in on the action, as there is 7 cars under a second. These guys still going at it pretty hard for second. That's allowing Fillers to increase his lead to 3 car lengths.
Hey, Fillers, you'll have to watch him next time by. He goes down to about the apron. He does not want to help these drivers out, so it's going to seem like the draft plays a big part here tonight.
Zach Amon caught a piece of the wall. He'll fall back to the 6th position. Fighting back, though, with Logan Brass for 5th. Let's see what Fillers does here out of turn number 2.
If he decides to not do it this time, I'm just going to look like a clown. See, yeah.
That's tough. Talmadge takes the position away. He's up 9 spots.
Nick Miller going up under the under Randy Arms.
Be a hard pass to complete. Randy pinched him down there and held serve there, side by side back there. Frimpong and Logan Brass and 49, a Sartaj man getting in the action. How about Kyle Ritchie? He's up 20 spots in the 76. Lilly's up 17, fighting away with Jonathan Dolly in the 74. Just ahead of him, Ryan Hatch. Not full position.
I am surprised that Drew won. Joshua McQuagan are taking so long to break into the top 20. Drew just now.
Didn't have the qualifying result either one of them would have wanted, and they are making slow progress up through the field. Still plenty of time to go here as we approach lap number 20. Running away in this hornet's nest of a midfield. Be on edge at all times. As on different strategies, different playoff aspirations. As with nothing to lose. Looks like Dolly in the wall. It was actually Jacob Blake in this similar looking pink paint scheme.
Yeah, all it takes is one bad move by one driver, and like you can take out half the field with how clustered they are together.
Right front toe link broken and spent 8.5 minutes on pit road. You put yourself in a hole. Fighting back with that 42 machine though. Here comes Nick Miller. Got around Zach Almond. Sitting P4 very close to the turn 2 wall. He's right on the back bumper. That 42 machine. Jarrett Talmadge holding strong for now. We're thinking about 3 wide. That hole's going to close quickly on the exit. Frimpong and Zach Almond go side by side behind them as well. We're good to see multiple grooves working out so far. Eyesight a little bit stronger, but you're able to hold serve on the bottom and at least defend your position a little bit.
I feel like if you have the draft up high, there's not a lot that's going to be able to stop you from just getting on a rim.
See now Nick Miller making that move past Randy Arms. Jarrett Talmadge is now clear. See if he can make inroads on that 4-car length gap to Fillers. Just outside the top 10, some battles starting to kick off. Ryan Tiller, Logan Brass. 7 to Magnus Anderson, the 97. Casey Brown, 3 wide on the exit. Turn number 4.
Oh, and the slow car in front of Blakely. He's going to get into the back of him.
Logan Brass had a terrible exit at a turn number 4 and held up that 0-0 with all the momentum. 89 gets into the wall again. 0-0 going to have to make evasive maneuvers to the middle. 3 wide. He'll complete the pass, bring Ryan Hatch with him. That is not forward position. He's fighting to be the lucky dog candidate over Dylan Failvich. Blakely, Justin Johnson, he's up 17 slots. Looking for more. Samuel Dominguez starting to fall back up towards the front. Fitting on that lap 3 caution. Some blocks being thrown further back. Brass trying to get around his teammate. Here comes Drew Jawah, 3 wide again. 4 trying to shoot the middle. He'll be able to do so. Puts him up into the 16th position.
I'm a playoff driver. I'm not sure how confident I feel going 3 wide with a bunch of cars that have not a lot to lose.
Especially this early in the race. Ryan Hatch
we still got
Lucky Dog. Oh, that's going to get very close to contact. Might have actually been some contact there with the 54 and the 4.
And over 90 laps to go.
Ryan Hatch trying to fight for that Lucky Dog. Is 1.6 seconds ahead of Dylan Failvich. The 88 machine. Both 1 lap down. That was all throughout this field.
Just not for the lead. James Jimmy Fillers, 7/10 of a lead right now.
He's starting to slowly pull. Randy Arms still he's committed to that low side of the racetrack. Either that or he's not able to get up. He'll drop back another position to Mark Frimpong. Put him in 5th, but Sartaj Man on the charge as well. Now he gets up to the high side.
I think all this fighting might have just taken a little too much out of the tires. Although Talmadge, he got a little bit back that time by.
Last lap, a 10th quicker than Fillers. But we can see here on board with Fillers. Let's see what he does as he heads off into turn number 1, using all of the racetrack down to the apron, shortest way around, and into turn number 1. A little bit of a lift, and he rides the high side, trying to get that momentum, keep it wound up. Down the back straightaway into turn number 4. He's using 2 different lines on both sides of the racetrack, high in 1 and 2, low in 3 and 4. What is working for him so far is he pulled another 10th and a half out that lap. 8.5 car lengths, and here comes Mark Frimpong to the inside of Nick Miller.
This one slid right on in front of Nick Miller.
1.5 seconds separating them.
Sartaj Man up 14. Gonna make even further progress through the field.
Got some teammates going side by side for the last spot in the top 10. Samuel Demien and Ryan Tiller. As Demien is working his way up through traffic.
But 3 teammates fighting for it. Casey Brown there too.
Also, if you're a long-time follower on the channel, you'll know that Ryan Tiller and Randy Arms were in the playoffs for LSRL on Tuesday nights, and they had made it all the way to the championship race, so they got some playoff experience under their belt recently. As Brandon Kiger is around on the back straightaway towards the tail end of the field, he'll get it straightened up. Let's take a look, but yellow flag is already out. Let's take a look at what happened to the 47 machine.
Ooh, McQuiggan gets into the back of the 15, or I believe the 15 hits the wall on entry. Oh, that's just McQuiggan.
Ooh, and Kiger had nothing to do with that. Take a look on board here. See what McQuiggan saw.
The Leon lifting real heavy out of 2.
You can see the 15 was tight, but McQuiggan still gets into the back of him. And nothing Brandon Kiger could have done.
Just unfortunate.
We were starting to approach the tail end of the fuel run, so you can see the tires getting really tight. And yeah, that's kind of on McQuiggan, unfortunately. I know he's tight, but there's nowhere else the 15 could have gone. McQuiggan gets into the left rear. Brandon Kiger ends up with the worst of it. So he rebranded to the 47 with a new sponsor, Ghost Inn. Look at race car caught up in unfortunate incident there. As the 15, did he not? What happened here? Did he miss his box? If he missed his box. Fortunate for the 15. There he kind of slowed down and then gassed it back up. We expect him to come back down this time by. Mark Frimpong wins the race off pit road.
I think we saw the clean air play a big factor in what was happening with James Fillers. So I'll see how Mark Frimpong fights to try and keep it.
Let's go interview the driver involved in that incident, Brandon Kiger, the rest of his Tenold Racing teammates, see what they're up to here under our second caution of the night. Get with the TGR boys, how we doing thus far?
You're doing
Wonderful.
You're doing good if they weren't racing so hard for freaking 20th.
Right, saw you caught up in that. Nothing you could have done, Brandon. How is the damage on that 47 machine?
I think we're good. We got it all repaired. Only 25 seconds. We'll see what we got. Just riding around trying to avoid the wrecks here. Be there at the end.
Absolutely. Still a long way to go. Obviously, Jonathan Dolly in playoff contention this season. Currently sits 16th. He is slowly picking his way up through the field. How does it feel out there thus far?
It feels awesome. I had a speed yesterday and today, and we just got to keep our heads down and work through it rest of the race here. Just keep our heads down. Take it easy.
Absolutely. Andrew Tenold just behind him in 19th. How's your race going thus far?
Race is going pretty good. Car's a little on the tight side, but you know, it's just kind of a hurry up and wait game. Gotta give a big shout out to Zachary Mertes and Mercedes Racing. They're spotting, or Zach is spotting for all three of our TGR cars tonight, trying to give us the best advantage we possibly can get. So big shout out to him. Shout out to my grandparents and my dad and everyone else involved. Just I don't know, this is fun.
Absolutely sponsoring an interesting race thus far. Obviously, race one of the playoffs and donating to a great cause as well. We greatly appreciate you guys coming on board here tonight.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Good luck the rest of the way, guys. DGR boys, always a pleasure.
They really have the ultimate spotter out there. One man
I was
for
about to say
3
3 and 1. He's doing a lot of work there. You say Carlo and Tenold hooks a left, but there was a car there. He's like, oh, sorry, I was talking to Dolly. They've kept out of trouble for the majority of the night. Obviously, Kiger caught up in that, but he said he is just fine. 25 seconds repaired, and doesn't look like a whole lot of damage on that 47. Travis De Leon spent 59 seconds on pit road. Looks like he's got that 15 machine mostly repaired. Ryan Hatch involved in that first caution of the night. A little bit of left front damage, but he should be okay. Dylan Felvich, we've got the lucky dog. No, that actually was Ryan Hatch, excuse me. Got the lucky dog. His pace car is off, and Mark Frimpong leading us back down here. Enters the Geico restart zone and gets a great launch. Filler's not so much. Nick Miller going to be side by side here for second, entering turn number 1. Maybe not even. Here comes Miller, and there he goes, clear into turn number 1. Great restart for the 20 machine. Now he can set off after the 18 of Mark Frimpong.
Yeah, I don't think these drivers are going to play nice.
Oh, that's going to get tight. Zach on the turn to the outside wall, and he's going to spin down the racetrack all the way to the tail end of the field. Yellow is out.
It's a late caution. Whoa.
And that got incredibly tight at a turn number 2. That was never going to work. Oh, and I think that's Dolly that gets into him. Oh, he's going to get front end damage as well. Let's take a look at how the heck this kicked off here. Cautions breeding cautions. Significant damage to the rear bumper there. I think Zach just gasses it up and he wasn't clear. Nowhere the 25 machine could have gone at all. On board here with Dolly. Nothing he could have done.
I mean, Dolly could get lucky and hope that iRacing just doesn't see the damage, you know, doesn't want to register it. Because sometimes if you hit a car like so much faster than they are, iRacing's
No,
like...
he just saw it so late. Corbin, cautions breed cautions, you dummy. Did you see the green-white checkers at COTA?
We don't talk about COTA.
Saying cautions don't breed cautions. That's a general lack of racing knowledge. I'm disappointed in him. It was a very poorly worded joke, if that's what we're trying to get at. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I think the 51 just gasses it up too early. Thinking he'd have more grip on those fresh tires, and it did not stick for him. Don't know what else Randy could have done there. He eventually got forced up to the wall. It's a miracle more cars weren't involved. But you can see here, he's sitting there on the bottom of the racetrack. Guess he thinks Randy should be further up, but he's entitled to his position on the outside, and what they could have done there. see how Dolly's car ends up being. I think the 51 might be okay. Obviously, contact to the front of that car is light. We're back on pit road. Dolly's is the one we'll have to be most worried about. Big left front damage there. If the 74 crew can get that hammered out, and he is away, or the field catches up to him, that'll give the lucky dog to Dylan Falvich. Now, Tony Scarbo is the only car. Oh, I think he has retired from the race, actually.
He, in fact, left due to a download packet loss a while back.
He was in line to get the next lucky dog. He was the only car lap down, so that gives us 34 on the lead lap and all out on track. Tony Scarbo, internet connectivity issues, and Hunter Rupp never took the green flag here this evening.
Why do we allow Corbin to speak that way?
I'm not sure. Can we revoke the mod? I think we can.
Yeah?
Give him no authority to make decisions here.
I am always okay with taking things away from people.
You cannot get an interview from Corbin. That will not be happening. Drew.
Corbin doesn't even show up at Helpless.
Correct. He is not here. Let's go talk to the 00 real quick. Jacob Blakely. Haven't heard a whole lot from him this year, making limited starts. All right, around 12th right now. Here with the 00, Jacob Blakely. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Riding solo tonight, making one of a couple of limited starts this season, but looking good right now in the 00, and keeping a clean race car in the 12th position. What's it like out there for you now?
Intense. This truck race is way different, man. These cars are 10 times different than the trucks, so it's something to get used to. These cars, it's just being competitive in these. So, but it's wild out here. We're out here battling a 20th for heaven's sakes.
Absolutely.
But hey,
battles throughout the field here this evening. But looking good so far in the 00. Good luck the rest of the way.
thank you.
Bourgeois now up to where we kind of would expect him here. Inside the top 10. Sartaj Man in the 49 moving up here. He's up 16. Kyle Ritchie continuing to have a very strong night. He's up 22 spots. Mark Frimpong will lead us down yet again here. 3 Toyotas in the top 3. That's got to be them cheating. Yoda's at it again. Pace car is off. And the 18 machine will lead us down. Gets a late start through the Geico restart zone. Again, Nick Miller with a
James
solid
Viller's
restart.
not going forward.
Back-to-back restarts.
Drew getting pushed back because of it.
The 76 of Kyle Ritchie did not get a great jump, and he's blinking out a little bit. Frimpong under severe pressure, 3 wide for the race lead.
For the lead.
And Nick Miller with a send, and he's going to slide up the racetrack. The Carl Edwards move. And it'll pay off. Contact a little bit.
It's not going to pay off.
Frimpong, Nick Miller sideways.
Drew Jawa sideways. They're coming back up in the
And
track.
then
There's got to
Frimpong
be
gets
a
run
line.
through. He's going to slide up the racetrack. He's going to get killed. Yellow is out, and that was a mess.
Nick Miller made to pay for an ultimate aggressive move.
But again,
Although he's not the one that paid the most.
he had the move done and dusted, and then gets hit out of turn number 4, and it leads to a whole front stretch of chaos. The 49 machine. Let's take a look at the far chase camera, the whodunit cam. And you're going to see here, he sends it in so deep on the bottom. I mean, just absolutely sends it on those fresh tires. 49 just gets him on the right side, turns him around. Frimpong nowhere to go. Miller does a nice job saving it, but at 18 back up the racetrack. There's the 97 of Casey Brown, nowhere to go. And it has kicked off from there. Heavy damage to the left side of the 18. 18 does a good job locking the brake. Zach Scare, Brandon French, your big losers here. And a miracle more cars weren't involved.
And that was honestly a massive save from Nick Miller to not, lose it in front of the field. And then even with Frimpong.
I feel bad for Scare. He seems to every week get caught up in something that's not his own doing and running into the back of somebody. His race was ended early at Homestead. But take a look here at how long this wreck lasted. See Frimpong down to the inside, loose to the grass, and it's never a good situation. Back half of the field does a good job.
I didn't even see what happened to Zach Scare. I'm so sad.
But he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. And then I guess at this point, yeah, he's on the brakes, gets hit from behind. I believe that was Brandon French. And that is the 6, and it's never going to go well. On board here with Casey Brown, who, fortunate for him, nothing he could have done, I don't think, but he kick-started that second half of the wreck. These guys were scattering everywhere, and just right in front of him, I guess you could have said he backs off a little bit, but he's also got to worry about not getting run over from behind as well. He's right in the mid-pack, so.
I do love how Drew comes into chat to tell us, we saw you go through the grass, buddy.
I think half the field at least tried to, but.
He's sitting in the waiting room. I'm going to pull him in. How was your adventure through the grass, buddy?
It was great, man. I'm having a lot of fun.
It's 6 right now. Let's go take a look at your off-track excursion here. Oh, we got you in the booth. So let's see here. You come off of turn number 4. Leaders get together. You see 3 wide, contact made, and you just hook a hard left. Not kill fillers, and you just keep your foot in it. Pass through the grass on at least Frimpong, who gets killed. And come out alive on the other side of things.
Yeah, I kind of ran in the back of fillers. I felt a little bad, but looking at the back of it now, I didn't really hit him. I just knew if I hook it a hard right, then I'm going into the outside wall with Frimpong. So the grass was a lot more open than the track. So I took my 1X. We're sitting in 6th. Started 22nd after I hit the wall in my second Q lap. So this is going to be fun. I don't really know how it races up here. So.
Pretty crazy that the move through the grass was the safer option there.
100%. Yeah, I mean, as you saw Frimpong was also in the grass, but he didn't end out so great.
No, he did not end up well.
Yeah, well, we got, how many laps to go? 75. That's a lot of laps left. Try and win back to back.
Good luck the rest of the way, sir.
Hold on, but before we drag him out of here, will you be adding professional lawn cutter to your resume now?
I already cut grasses, so it was already on the resume, but I can say I've cut a grass in a race car now, so I mean that's a plus, right?
Say I cut grass at a professional top-of-the-line motorsports facility.
Yep, at 170 miles per hour.
There you go. That's efficient right there. Good luck the rest of the way, Drew.
Thank you.
World's fastest lawnmower.
But interestingly enough, Sartaj Man, who we argue kick-started that whole incident, will be in the lead of this race.
I feel like saying he kick-started the incident might be a little much. Nick Miller, my bad. What happens when we have Millers in here? Is the one who made that move.
Yeah, he was fully clear. I disagree with that. And Sartaj gets into the back of him.
It's just a good old racing incident.
That's always what it is. Nothing's ever done intentionally. Sartaj Man leads us down to the Geico restart zone, and we are underway here again, starting lap number 47.
Sartaj Man making sure that he's not going to have to deal with any more of that. Jumps out to a massive lead.
Here comes Thomas Green. Going back-to-back to kickstart the season. Jarrett Talmadge hits the apron. He's going to slide up in front of Damien. And he's going to get very loose into the wall. Here we go again. They make it work for now. 4 and 5 wide as they try and scatter. Randy Arms makes it 3 wide. Jacob Blakely stuck in the middle, nowhere to go. He's dropping like a rock. Ryan Hatch gets into Logan Brass, and they all try and scramble for survival. And it's not going to work.
Turned in the outside wall in front of Randy Arms.
Caution is out again.
We've really hit the cautions breed, cautions portion of the race.
And just when you thought they had it, and that's never going to work. On the exit of turn number 4. Again, just a 2-car wreck, though. Let's see here. This was, again, a kerfuffle down the back straightaway. The 76 gets put into the wall. Or actually, this 42 with Jarrett Talmadge, excuse me, but take a look at the initial incident. This. I think he catches the apron. He 100% does, and he's going to slide up in front of Damien. He's loose already. Oh, that might have not even been contact, actually. So regardless, that's what kickstarts this whole thing. And Randy has a great run down the backstretch, trying to pick up some spots. Stennis going 3 wide. Randy going even higher. That's a late 3 wide there. I don't know if Kenny knew he'd be up there. He was 3 wide, makes him move around Blakely. And he gets back down, and then at this point, he has no idea that Randy is there. And at this point, he does. But that's a very late 3 wide call. Might have not even known, and then by that point, it's too late. I really think that's... Again, that's a tough one to call. Glad I'm not in the steward's room. Because Randy was entitled to that space. You could see how he would... very obviously, he was there, and then 1 second it's not, so.
Yeah, if you're going based on what you see, then it's on Kenny Stennis. But I feel like Randy Arms got to be a little more patient. We're still not even halfway through this race, and you've seen that we're already getting crazy, and you're just adding a little more craziness to the race.
Absolutely. Obviously, you got to add in the context. Kenny had just got around a very slow car. It was 3 wide, back to 2 wide, and then 3 wide again. I don't even know if he fully knew he was there. Let's go talk to the Planet Sim Esports guys. One leading the race, and one almost had a near-death experience off of turn number 2 there. Here with the Planet Sim Esports guys, Thomas Greed currently leading the race, and Jarrett Talmadge sitting 7th. Got a little sketchy off of turn number 2, but you got all 4 wheels safely planted on the racetrack. How's your race going tonight thus far?
So far, it's going good. We didn't have the best qualifying effort, but we've tried to run up back through the field, and now we see ourselves at the point. So, seeing if we can make something out of this, and I don't really know where the speed is, how to gauge it being up here. I haven't been up here yet, so I've only been in traffic, and yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna see what we got out in the lead, and just hope.
Obviously, still not even halfway, so definitely in the back of your mind, just got to get a good finish here tonight. See how the race of attrition works out. A lot of incidents early on, so definitely an emphasis on survival.
Oh yeah, definitely survival. It's been really chaotic so far. I know Jarrett just got some damage, but yeah, it's such a fast-paced race, and just trying to keep the car clean. After that incident earlier on in the race, I immediately just went to, all right, let's just stay clean. We're a playoff driver. Let's try to be there at the end. We're in a good spot in points, and just try to keep it in one piece.
Great mentality to have. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, guys.
He's up 15 spots to lead this right now. Your top 3 all currently playoff drivers. Samuel Demien making his way back up to the top 5. Ryan Tiller in 6th. How about a couple of guys that have made some charges here as we approach halfway? Jordan Miller, Jordan Kernow, Jacob Blakely. A nice job. Logan Brass and Ryan Hatch.
Travis JP DeLeon. Dylan Felvich.
15. Kevin Boley up 15. currently all mixed up right now, about half of the playoff guys. Outside the top 20, and Randy Arms never made it off pit road. That's going to actually be a broken toe link for the 25 machine.
With how little contact there was, that is, well, it is the next-gen car, so it's not that surprising.
Caught me by surprise, and that is drastic playoff implications.
I say it's not that surprising. You say it caught you by surprise. Thomas Green with a big old lead taking on that outside line.
Bringing Drew Joie right with him. Clear into turn number 1, but turn number 2 is where the calamity has been most of the evening. They're side by side for second.
James, he started to come up the track. There's not a lot of room between those two cars there.
We'll see if these guys just get spread out just a little bit. They're able to go on that long green flag run. We had about a 30 lapper earlier, but since that caution just after lap 30, it's been pretty much chaos on these restarts as they all try and sort out the running order. Up here with nothing to lose, you can see Ryan Hatch and Tiger, all non-playoff drivers. Mitchell Bagley, Stephen Valdala. Zach Allman trying to make his way through the field, as is Nick Miller, McQuiggan, and Dolly.
I think another aggressive one. Currently P27, Mark Frimpong. He's going to have to fight his way all the way back to the front.
Stennis was having a solid top 50 night as well. A lot of guys with some ground to make up, currently out of position.
Are we about to be 3 wide? Andrew Tenold, Jonathan Dolly, and Stennis.
Oh, that was a sketchy block there, but we are 3 wide. Tenold on the bottom.
Tenold backing out of it, does not want any part of it. He sees his playoff hopes dying.
I can see that's the growth. Oh, never mind. There goes Kyle Ritchie.
No
And
one
Zach
else got the
Allman.
Oh, that was another real late caution throw.
What in the world happened? This is just 2 car wrecks out of turn number 4.
Oh, Kyle Ritchie out of 4. Hits the wall and just calms down. Tries to correct it off the wall. Grabs Allman and they go around.
Allman comes way up. Ritchie comes way down. They meet in the middle. Both cars turn around. I think that's Kevin Boley getting a piece of that. The 3-car incident here.
Is Kevin Boley?
Oh, I don't know about that. That's all up to the netcode gods there.
Now, he might get lucky. Might not have had any damage there.
This is rear chase cam. Then contact was made again.
This is rear chase for who, sir?
See, there's a decent shot. No right front damage noticeable on the 27. Randy Arms still on pit road, multiple laps down.
There goes my pick to win.
Yeah, started second, and you gave him the jinx.
I need to stop picking drivers that I actually like.
I picked Nick Miller. It's not going great for him at the moment, as we gotta have a split field here, so this is gonna shake more things up as if we didn't already have a topsy-turvy race to begin with.
Yeah, someone put in racetrack, green is better than yellow. Come on, guys, let's chill for a bit. There's a lot of impatience. That time by, it was just a car hitting the outside wall and not being able to control it. I think we had a nice little green flag run going if they could have just not done that.
So it looks like here we got a mixed bag of strategies. Let's show it to you. You can see there, top 8 minus Sartaj Man. Pitted on lap 32. Sartaj Man pitted on lap 48. And then just behind him, Dylan Failvich. Lap 38. And then behind these guys, Brandon Kiger, lap 43. Mitchell Bagley, lap 43. Joshua McQuiggan, lap 43. Andy Stennis, lap 49. Tenold, 43. Travis DeLeon leads the contingent of guys out. Started on lap 56. And everyone behind them, minus Casey Brown, is lap 56. So Casey Brown, he might be coming in this time, and he is. So everybody from 14th on back came down under that last yellow to pit, and then 13th on up is kind of a mixed bag. So we'll see how this plays out if we can get a green flag run going. Added about 30 or so laps early in the race, but ever since that lap 30 caution.
Now we know enough drivers will listen to us. Maybe if we just say it enough, hey, go green, go green, go green. They might, you know, do a little manifesting.
We are going to hit the halfway mark here. As Thomas Green leads for Planet Sim Esports, won back-to-back races.
You really dropped it in the Discord. Hey, go green.
Yep, had to. I'm just trying
We
to help
did
them
not
out.
tell them to get into a pileup.
We just said if there was a mistake made, half the field could be in the wreck. But they are choosing to do it in a bunch of small 3 and 4 car wrecks.
Exactly.
Just in a row. So it will eventually add up to half the field. They just elect to do it in the more painful way. I don't want them to wreck. They're playoff drivers. They represent better than this. We'll go ahead and jinx the rest of them. Thomas Green, Magnus Anderson, Drew Joie haven't been involved in too much tonight. Neither has Fillers. So that's like the only 4 that haven't been involved in something tonight. So we'll go ahead and screw over the rest of their championship aspirations. Andy Arms hits 33rd, Dolly 30th after being involved in a couple of incidents. Zach Almond.
I'm gonna be honest. I would much prefer, like, if we did just pile them all up, because there are no fast repairs. If you wreck the cars, it's over. So at least if we get like just a bunch of them in a pile, we're gonna have a bunch of modifieds.
To actually
and
wreck,
less wreck.
though. They're scared. They don't want to wad them up. They won't wreck. They're just, oh, we'll just spin each other out and we'll get a little 2-car wreck. Just if you're gonna do it, go big. I want to see pieces flying off these cars. I want to see more toe links broken. I need to see race of attrition, guys coming out 94 laps down, making passes on each other. Where am I modifying that? This is nothing. If you're gonna do it big. Give us something that we can promote on social media. Thomas Green gets a great jump. Drew Joie, half decent start. Magnus Anderson did not get a good jump. They head off in turn number 1, 3 wide already. Here comes Sartaj Man in the 49.
Demian had a
evasive
back out
maneuvers
of it.
in the
Yeah.
49, hits the apron. He's going to lose the spot right back potentially.
Hit him with a little bit of crossover. Mitchell Bagley trying to make moves. That's not a name
10
usually
spots.
set in the top 10.
Had that great race at Bristol and then has been kind of riding around the top 25.
3-1.
Here comes Dylan Failvich. He was 2 laps down at one point, was coming off of pit road as the first caution of the night came out. He's 3 wide, rip on the top. He sits in 7th, up 23 spots. Brandon Kiger doing a nice job. A lot of top 10 drivers right now. Second half dominated by non-playoff drivers. McQuiggan trying
Joshua
to break into
McQuiggan
that.
trying to make it. Yeah, he's trying to make it 3. Ryan Taylor just not happy. We're gonna back out of it a little bit.
He was the meat in the sandwich, and he said, no, thank you. Not this time. This wall contact further back. I believe that was the 89 of Logan Grass. He's going to lose more and more positions. Spin way in the back. Caution is out
Jonathan
again.
Dolly. Ooh, we got our first modified.
Oh, and Dolly took our advice, unfortunately. Ooh.
Oh, and he was actually way in the back of the actual wreck.
Oh, my.
It was Kevin Bully and Zach Almond.
More playoff guys having
And
troubles.
Dolly just gets shipped into it.
Oh, my goodness.
That's got to be heartbreaking for Dolly.
Yeah, both sides, left and right front, destroyed. Let's take a look here. Like you said, this kick started with Kevin Boley. I believe that is the 23 of William Bowman. Those are teammates. Bowman into the wall. Turn number 4, Kevin Boley nowhere to go. He gets loose, catches the right rear of Zach Almond. actually know where to go again. Jonathan Dolly's night is pretty much over. Randy Arms is actually back out on the track. He'll be 33rd, many laps down. He'll be picking up a spot here on Dolly, a playoff competitor for the smallest of consolation prizes. Again, more and more pitch strategy here. We'll try and reset the running order.
Take this one of 20 cautions we might have tonight to, mention the league sponsor, Admin Box, one of the few to actually come on for a season.
Absolutely, and in this case, their product would be very well appreciated. Custom-built button boxes for league racing, for race control. Check them out and get a discount code. Viewers of the stream and fans of the Affinity Racing series.
Why is Miguel Roy not in voice somewhere? I need to go get him because I will never remember the code. I know there's a code for it.
Again, a mixed bag of strategy here. Drew Joie has not pitted since lap 32. He's trying to extend his stint here, aided by these cautions. Estimated fuel run tonight, 38 to 42 laps. So trying to get it in potentially a two-stopper range. Or even a one-stop range if he can.
The code for Admin Box. Yeah, we can't see the admin chat because y'all don't love us enough to give us that ability. You can also use this as a time to, shout out the fundraiser. Race with a Purpose, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. We've raised $1,300 so far on the season.
For a fantastic cause, and that code for the discount over at adminbox.com is ARS-box, BOXX. Use code ARS-box, 2 X's at checkout for 10% off. We are getting the one to go signal this time by.
I like how he was like, yeah, it's under this channel that I couldn't see.
We're just past halfway here, and it looks like we will have 30 cars still on the lead lap. Jonathan Dolly has called it a night, not even going to try and get that machine repaired. Brandon French, I believe it is on pit road. And the arm is back out, as is Zach Scare, trying to pick up some positions here in the second half of this race, hoping for more attrition. Pinder's slowly starting to move up through the field here, approaching the top 20. Fillers trying to recover, as is Thomas Green, Magnus Anderson. Drew Joie on old tires, going to try and hold the field at bay. This car makes that hard left-hand turn down pit road. Public's car. It's a decent jump. Oh, Kenny Stennis back in the 6th position.
From being into the outside wall to being in the top 10.
Line already behind them. They've learned nothing. Their own transgressions. Justin Johnson sends it in on the 89.
Ryan Hatch making evasive maneuvers or probably just being erratic.
Rewind again. Here comes Jordan Kernow and Justin Johnson.
And Kenny Stennis.
Jordan Miller, the other Miller in the league, trying to just stay out of the turn 4 wall. Looks like they'll all be able to do so.
He's trying to keep from connecting with other cars.
Look at this hornet's nest. From about 9th on back to 30th. Rewind again, Jordan Miller.
They're giving each other no room.
Oh, and that's going to be contact, and there goes the 42, and there goes Kenny
Ryan
Stennis.
Hatch. Where's the caution?
And Jarrett Talmadge spinning further back, and there goes
Oh,
Kevin
but no,
Boley
Kevin!
right
Kevin!
into the side. Yellow is out yet again.
Kevin, you had so long, brother. I think he had so long.
And
I'm gonna need to get his POV just to make sure.
And it has all gone wrong here tonight in Kansas.
Maybe he didn't have as long as I thought he did.
I mean, he's still... Yeah,
it's still a little questionable.
not the best. Well, let's see here. What happened? Talmadge, I thought, was okay. Maybe that was... I didn't think he was going to get spun, but nonetheless he did. Oh, and then the 50. Oh my goodness. Oh, Damien catches a piece. Talmadge just gets destroyed here. Travis DeLeon catching a piece through no fault of his own.
What do you mean no fault of his own? Isn't it been the season motto, protest the 15?
That's true. Let's see here. Ryan Hatch is what's going to... Nothing the 54 could have done. Absolutely nothing. I check all these angles here. Just riding along. Thanks for coming out. I think he's going to sneak through here. But this all, again... Oh, and that's just... Oh my goodness.
The Pinder's got it down. He just sits there and crawls through the wreck.
Let's see here. What kicked all of this off? Kenny Stennis again. Shouldn't have said anything. Said how great was it that he's back up there, the top 6. They're getting put in the outside wall, and we saw 33 make some aggressive moves. Kenny was making some aggressive moves. The 46 was making aggressive moves. 8 comes down here. Gets into the side of him. A weird place to turn down in the corner. That's... 81 comes up.
Yeah, it's just hard racing.
I mean,
like,
he'll
you think
be okay. He'll be okay in terms of damage, but... The 8 comes down mid-corner. The 81 comes back up. 8 is still there. Wheels, I guess. Justin Johnson very lucky to avoid any damage there. Ryan Tiller threads the needle.
So we got confirmation on Pinder's strategy. Sit back and wait for everyone else to
look at that.
wreck.
Wait a minute. This is very late. Did not see this. Oh, here's Andrew Tenold.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. Way after the fact. What happened?
Like an RKO out of nowhere.
But here's Tenold. Another wrinkle to this. He's got to go way low to avoid it. And there's Ryan Hatch. He's trying to avoid, but unsafe rejoin there from the 45. This is allowing Drew Jawan to get closer and closer to making this a one-stop race. He's on the apron trying to stretch it as far as he can.
Justin L. Johnson in the racetrack. Zach Allman in the no good, very bad day.
Yeah.
Man, it's really seeming like the commentator's curse is undefeated right now.
For pretty much everyone. No one can seem to escape it.
Nick Miller currently sitting 6th place. We'll have to see where he finishes.
I want to go hit up the CMS boys. We've just got one to go. Hit them up next time by. Shouldn't be too long before somebody inevitably stuffs it in the turn 4 wall. Seen that a bunch. Kind of waiting on that. Drew is definitely going on an aggressive strategy here. He does not want to get back in there and be in the murder hole. He wants to stay up front for as long as he can and hopefully get back on cycle.
Yeah, there's no reason for him or McQuiggan to put themselves back in the pack. I've seen how aggressive it can be and how aggressive it continues to be. I'm a scratch and claw for my life to stay near the front.
Absolutely. He said he's one of the few drivers that hasn't been involved in a whole lot tonight. We're doing our best to jinx that, so that way all playoff drivers can fight through adversity. Fair edge over their opponents.
Hey, we might find out that one of these drivers has grip.exe one day.
And we're off. Pretty good launch. Here comes Sartaj. Man, he's another one of those drivers that hasn't been involved in a whole lot tonight. He's trying to survive. McQuiggan charging back up through the field. There's Travis DeLeon coming out of the pits.
Ooh, contact between Failvich and Mann?
Oh, they're swerving all the way down the back straightaway again.
McQuiggan give Mann a little.
Wide. There's Logan Brass in the middle. He's going to... Oh, he backed out of it last second.
Have we not learned?
Going further back. I think we're okay this time, by. Maybe. Another lap or two to find out. Still pretty aggressive race.
We must be 3 wide for second place. McQuiggan going around the high side. Contact with the wall.
The wall. 3 wide here. Dylan Failvich, Sartaj Mann, and McQuiggan. 88 has a nose ahead now, and here comes McQuiggan. Going to get very tight on the exit. 88's going to slide up McQuiggan in the wall. They're keeping it straight somehow. Please do not bring out a caution. This is fantastic stuff. McQuiggan's disappearing. Failvich drops in line to the outside. Here comes Nick Miller. 2 wide now. Drew is loving what he's seeing.
And through all of that, the car that stuffed it into the wall, Nick Miller, oh my! Oh, I was going to say, McQuiggan is able to take over the second position. Nick Miller almost gets turned into the outside wall.
And throughout all of this, we got to crank it up. First time we're coming to lap number 76. Oh, and there goes Kenny Stennis and Zach Almond yet again. Hard to the outside wall, and that will finally do it for the 81 of Kenny Stennis. That might finally do it for Zach Almond. It had to be those two.
That is an explosion of car pieces.
Wrecking back here around the 20th, 25th position.
What in the world? So Kenny Stennis behind the 23, has a run, wants to cut down on him, and he comes in the 51. He does not hear car low.
Oh no, that is not. Oh no. Oh, and Ryan Tiller. There's the 81's engine gone. He's done. That is.
I think.
All right, Ryan Tiller, you've had a couple good onboards this year. Expect another one here. Go.
We're going to have to inspect the 81's radio to see if he can hear.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Ryan Tiller, ladies and gentlemen, sees this. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Explosion! All right. Let's go.
Oh, I just got to say, those cars flew apart like those old crash test dummy toys.
All right.
Same thing that happened to what's-his-face.
Hello, Jared Lindsay.
Jared.
Hello, Jared.
Hey.
How we doing? So, Ryan Tiller, you've been the promo shot with the car landing on somebody's hood. Like, you were the car that did the landing. Now you've been landed on. You've been through both this season. What is it like?
It's definitely not fun.
Right.
especially when you're just trying to ride around and not get any damage on. I don't think I got any damage.
I think the
on my
netcode gods blessed you here. I see no damage to the front of that 9 machine.
I agree. I think so too. Yeah, I guess you got to be lucky somehow. I mean,
looks like the Speed Zone guys in general have brought some decent speed to the track here to open up the playoffs. I know Randy had that unfortunate incident with the toe link, but the rest of the team kind of picking up the where he fell down. Damien, pole sitter here tonight, he's running pretty great. Tiller, you were before that, I think, in the top 10 most of the night, having a good fight. Casey Brown was showing some decent speed as well.
I feel like sorry, I just want to say I should issue a formal apology to Randy Arms for picking you as my pick to win the race.
That's what did it. You were doomed from the start.
we got to stop doing
Every
that.
time you guys pick me, I win. So I'm gonna. I'm just gonna request you guys don't pick me.
We
the
will do
rest of the
that
year.
for monetary gain.
I am sorry. You're just one of my favorite drivers in the field. You were good in LSRL. You've been good here. You've had speed. I want you to do well.
Then stop picking me.
Yeah. With the race of attrition, you should pick up 2 more spots there, Randy. I know Kenny's engine has exploded and Amon's done, so picking up a couple spots here late, and we still got a lot of cars to wad up, I feel like, so.
Yeah, just trying to get as many points as I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just hope we can go green.
I'm kind of hoping we don't. I need carnage.
Yeah, he's your playoff driver. Listen to him. So we'll see how the rest of the race goes, but y'all definitely look quick about getting through the rest of the race clean, but at the same time, Randy picking up spots. So good luck the rest of the way, gentlemen.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here with the CMS boys, we come to you when we get races like this, our resident experts on clean driving. What needs to happen to get back to that 30-lap run we had earlier in the race?
I'll go first. I think if we get about 15 more cautions, there should only be about 4 or 5 cars on the track. I think we can do it then.
It does seem to be the way it's trending. That caution came out on lap 32 and sparked something, and a lot of these drivers to not go back to that because that was fun and enjoyable for everyone. You cannot get
I'm
it
having
again.
fun. Travis, you having fun?
Absolutely.
Kevin, you're having fun, right?
Oh, blast.
See? I don't know what you guys are talking about. People aren't having fun.
As long as you guys are having fun, that's what matters. William
Remember in
Bowman,
like NASCAR Thunder 2003 where you had to like swerve the cars for that one thing?
Bowman, you were just ahead of that. Literally, the 2 guys behind you hooked each other and exploded. So you got a good rearview mirror there.
That was, that scared me. So I thought I was going to get taken out there.
Yeah. It's race to survival the rest of the way. As we come back to
Yes,
I'll let you guys navigate the minefield. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
I just want you to know, I did the math. We would need 25 cautions for Randy Arms to get on the lead lap.
Hey, never say never, okay? Nick Miller's back to the lead in all of this. Mark Frimpong is second. He's been involved in a couple things tonight. 3 wide already, and that was so uncalled for.
It's the big one.
There we go. Everyone wadded up now. That was so absolutely uncalled for. It's outrageous that they just decided to pull that move. There's one. 1 of the 25. Come on, Randy. What in the world are we doing, fellas? We had a fantastic race at Homestead last week. 1 out of 25. That's a comment of the race. So let's see here. Jordan Miller, he's been running solid tonight. Frimpong doesn't get the best start. 33 changes lanes after the restart, or after the start-finish line.
He goes for a hole that...
I mean, but it's there.
Really isn't. It's there, but it's not there.
He should have kept going down, but then Jordan Miller freaks out and kind of Damien gets hooked. Magnus Anderson into the wall. Hey, Pinder had just came out of the pits. He had missed the start with Kevin Boley. They're the smartest men on the racetrack. Belvich gets into the back of McQuiggan. Magnus Anderson and Damien, the big losers here. And that was just Damien, literally nothing he could have done there. Blakely's going to get hit.
I want to say, Justin Johnson says, can't open a hole and close it when a car fills it. And I don't feel like the hole was really that open.
I mean, it was definitely a car width there, but then Jordan Miller slammed it back shut. But again, why do we go 3 wide that early after having 17 consecutive cautions? I don't know. It is what it is, but, you know.
There are more drivers on track than there are brain cells at this point.
It's getting pretty rough out there. It's not a one-person deal either. It's front, back, middle, different drivers, playoff, non-playoff. Blakely getting turned for literally no fault of his own. That penalty will be cleared, but I think the left front just said, all right, I'm heading out. I think the 000's night is done. Through nothing he could have done. Gordon Kernow, I believe, as well. I think he'll end up, he stayed out. He doesn't get any damage. The penalty.
There goes the 000's chance of potentially sweeping the weekend.
Yeah, anyone with a storyline, anyone with our picks to win, anyone we've talked about, jinxed it. So really, it's a matter of time before Drew eats it. Sartaj Mann gonna get it as well. Nick Miller's already gotten it, but he's back to first.
Not much longer until he gets it again.
But look at the running order now. Jordan Kernow 3rd, Stephen Valdala 6th, Tenold 7th, Kiger 9th, Mitchell Bagley 9th. Kyle Ritchie's back. AC Brown's been on pit road 11 times, and he sits 18th. Kevin
There is
Bowley's
a
been
man
on pit road
who has
11
verbiage
times.
named after him in the top 10. You can get Bagleyed, and he is in the top 10.
He actually has been fine tonight. No issues. He's just been trying to survive.
But he's good for one a race. That's why you get Bagleyed.
And this is just such a distinct contrast from Homestead last week. We've had so many good races in a row. We stringed them off. We've got the early season jitters out of the way. And then it's just right back. Playoffs, kind of a new season, I suppose. Everyone, I don't know. The script writers for this did something else. I mean, they turned it up to 11 tonight. Didn't tell us, though.
You get a script?
We don't. That's what I'm saying. But there's clearly some outside influence here that has just made everyone nuts.
Yeah, it's the desire to win a race.
You can't win from 22nd. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
I mean, Jordan Kernow started 25th. He's 3rd.
But I'm saying if the race is 85 laps in and you're 25th, it might not be the best. No disrespect to Jacob Blakely, of course. Love him. Crumble Cookies, solid sponsor, by the way. But
I mean, it'd definitely be hard to win from a lap down.
Yeah.
I don't think they're built like Dale Earnhardt to fight and get their lap back.
I don't think he's going to go wrecking anybody. So, pretty respectful. We'll see, though. 22 cars on the lead lap. The race of attrition has just been atrocious here this evening.
I think that's the worst we've ever had it here in the ARS.
It is.
Like, how are we going to follow up a really good, like, real-life Kansas race with this?
They saw the wreck for the last lap and just decided they'd do it all race. Denny Hamlin,
not the first 30 laps,
this is
though.
Denny Hamlin's fault, okay?
Action's detrimental to ARS.
Yeah. Where's the podcast? Fired up.
Thomas Green looking under Mark Frimpong. Frimpong almost turning himself.
Tenold puts it in the outside wall, keeps it straight.
See if I can I jinx it? Say we're gonna go a lap green.
Or 3 wide further back almost. The 49, McQuiggan getting together. Just outside the top 10.
If you're just tuning in, they have it's definitely been questionable.
Chris Pinder has been on pit road 13 times.
3 wide. We are 3 wide. Chris Pinder.
Oh, Blakey, don't make it 4. Here goes
Like
Jordan
you're
Miller.
lap down. I know you want your lap back, but stop it.
3 wide again. Dylan Philbich sending it in on the low side. They have lost their 3 wide privileges until further notice. They really have. We gotta revoke it. They're not listening.
Oh, Samuel Demian going 3 up under Pinder. Pinder's just like, you know what? Y'all go up there and cause y'all's own problems.
Pinder, the smartest man here tonight. He's on the lead lap. He's just waiting for everyone else to wad him up as they are scrambling down the backstretch.
Jordan Miller getting turned.
And he's gonna save it somehow.
Oh, nope, he's still going around.
What in the world's going on? I think they just decided. Here, imagine that it's 3 wide. What is happening, Ryan Hatch? What is that move? Take a look at who done it here.
I'm starting to question if some of these drivers have a spotter.
3 wide, French backs out smart, and then what are we doing, guys? We stay green, but why? Why make that move? Kurnow gets screwed, as does Jordan Miller. Ryan Hatch is multiple laps down. But alright, my pick to win is currently leading the race, so everyone else can just hold their breath and wait for him to explode. With 30 laps to go when he crosses the stripe. Thomas Green in hot pursuit, 4/10 back. Brandon Kiger, top 5. How about it? Kyle Ritchie fighting back. 6 times side by side behind him. Ryan Tiller had a car land on his front windshield, and he sits 8th. Steven Valdala having a solid run here this evening as we are starting to slowly get spread out. Single file. This could be the run to the end now that we've wrecked so many cars. And they're all spread out now. Andy Arnold just cracked the top 30. So many guys out of the running order where they do not deserve to be. Wiggin cracked the top 10 again here this evening, but top 3 all dominated by the playoff drivers here this evening. Mark Frimpong, the first of the non-playoff drivers, with Brandon Kiger in hot pursuit. Steven Valdala continues to battle away. Wiggin taking up another position here. He's 9th. He's on the charge. Look for Drew Jawai here to make some noise late. He's on the freshest tires.
Do a little my jinx and work and say that he is probably my favorite to win this race.
He's in the catbird seat as it stands now with Sartaj Man. Because Miller's going to have to come into pit soon. Also look for Demian to make a late charge.
There's a caution.
And Justin Johnson, your regular season champion. His race is done. Right front is destroyed. And that'll give Nick Miller the caution he needed. Take a look at what the heck happened here. Another playoff driver bites the dust. He is, what in the world? 3 wide on the front stretch, and he just gets squeezed out of room there. Demian, we just said he's trying to make a late charge, and what are we doing? Talmadge comes all the way up. Demian gets a run, peeks to his outside. That's all fine. I don't necessarily know that the 60 did anything wrong. Talmadge comes way up the track, and that's just going to be what gets him out of shape. And that's going to be what does it, and then it's... I think was already broken, and then he just couldn't save it again. Oh my goodness! And then Ryan Hatch, why not?
Justin Johnson said, "Sam, why, dude?" But I think he just hasn't seen the replay yet. I mean, Sam's just running his line. The 42 is just a little all over the place.
From bottom to top. Take a look here what happened with Ryan Hatch Fitch on board. Everyone should be coming down for 4 fresh Goodyear tires if they got them. Keep it really done there. Yeah, that's a tough one. Because that pretty much puts another playoff driver out of the race. Very unfortunate, but again, I don't know. I don't think. I mean, Damien gets a run. He's had race-winning speed at times tonight, so he's entitled to the position. He's a clean driver. He's not doing anything on purpose here. No contact. No contact. No contact. No contact is made with the right side. It's Talmadge that's going to make the initial contact and send him into Damien, who puts Damien in the wall, and then who puts Justin Johnson into the wall. I'd say that's from Talmadge coming up bottom to top. 33 still out on the racetrack. That right front is destroyed. Pits will have that 8.5 minutes to 9 of required repairs.
As we keep getting cautions, our man Randy Arms is just that much closer.
First man 1 lap down should be Justin Johnson, but that obviously is not going to change, so it should be Jacob Blakely, I think. Drew Drouin and Sartaj Man looking to stay out on the racetrack, as does Casey Brown. Nick Miller wins the race off pit road. Everyone coming down on lap 95 except for Dylan Failvich. The exact opposite of last week. 100% agree with you. We're inside of 25 laps to go here. And what has just been an absolutely crazy race to kick off the round of 12, the Infinity Racing Series playoffs. We'll try and get this running order sorted out. Magnus Anderson's the last car on the lead lap. Is indeed the case. 23 cars on the lead lap. Jacob Blakely, the first car, 1 lap down. Evan Boley also on his lap. Justin Johnson obviously on pit road. Travis DeLeon will overtake him as Brandon French and Randy Arms try and do the same. Got 22 laps to go here on the restart, and it is anyone's race almost.
How many cautions do you think we can fit into those 22 laps?
7.
Hopefully 0. All right, let's be a little hopeful.
Casey Brown trying to do playoff spoiler. There's Brandon Kiger, as is William Bowman, as is Kyle Ritchie, and Mark Frimpong. Highest running non-playoff drivers. Will be field in tow from Drew Drouin.
I was going to point out another driver that I'd be wanting to win this race, but I've been advised to stop making picks to win. So I won't say.
Picks to win. Casey Brown on those older tires does not get the best start. Miller stays in line. Frimpong 3 wide already.
Might be 3 wide for second place. James Jimmy Phillips decides to not push the issue.
Brandon Kiger looks to do. Casey Brown trying to hang on old tires. Fillers backs out of it. Being very patient with the drivers on fresh tires. Valdala in the wall. And Tenold further back. Cars bouncing off of the turn 4 wall. Look further back. Hornets Nest right around his 15th position. 21 laps to go. Kyle Ritchie ripping the fence. He's up 21. He's up 23.
Here, car that hit the wall. Trying to make sure we're going straight.
All 4 tires are going in the same direction. Casey Brown's doing a pretty
Mark
nice job.
Fremont hit the wall. Kyle Ritchie hit the wall. We're 3 wide down the front stretch.
That doesn't seem to work out too well. Whenever there's a tryover with an apron option, it seems that guys just kind of use all the possible racetrack and just slide up in front of people. How about Drew Jawal and Sartaj? Man, on these older tires, Nick Miller has roughly 20 laps on them. These cautions, it definitely being the life of the tires all being extended. The 049 sets off after Drew Jawal, and the 20 sets off after the 049. 13 sets off after the 20. I'm very concerned here with this Hornet's Nest that is being led by Brandon Kiger, and that's being tailed by Mitchell Bagley. Almost certainly if something would occur here, it would occur here, potentially right around the 20th position.
I was looking back to see if there were any lap cars that were trying to make aggressive moves. Blakely, I believe, is the only one really fighting in the pack.
Thomas Green with a wiggle down the back straightaway. Filler's looking inside of Casey Brown. Nick Miller now starting to close in, making advantage of those fresher tires the longer we go green.
Logan Bress was in the outside wall through 3 and 4, gathered it up.
So Drew and the 049 here, Sartaj Man, are banking on a caution, allowing them to take on a set of tires here late with the rest of the field. As is Casey Brown. He's heading nicely in 6th. Fillers gets by. Frimpong makes a move in front of Kiger.
I feel like betting on a caution is
look
a
at the
pretty
send
easy
from
win.
Kyle Ritchie, trying to do 2 for 1. He's going to slide up the racetrack, though, right in front of Kiger. Not going to be clear of McQuiggan just yet, but he'll hold it down there. Decent move there from the 76. He'll at least get a position on Kiger. 76 way on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Drew and Sartaj, man, just trying to be too
Miller.
wide.
Here comes Thomas Green. We're going to go to the very top side of the racetrack. Drew goes to the bottom, leaving that top open for the 20, who's going to have the runoff of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Gap is
Sartaj, man, blocking the 13 machine.
1 car length between your top 2. Fillers charging through the field as well. Now Drew taking the line away from the 20, but look at that extra grip. And the 20's able to move down to the middle lane with the momentum side by side down the back straightaway.
Drew trying to side draft, make him uncomfortable on the entry of turn 3.
Got a little bit of damage on that left side, but he's got the fresher tires. He's going to try the slide job up in front of Drew. Nick Miller to the race lead here with just 14 laps to go.
Drew not going to give it to him easy. He's fighting back into turn 1.
Not sure what he can do on those older tires. I know he's had a couple caution laps to help lessen the deficit, but 20 has the preferred line for the pass. Will be clear heading into turn number 4. Now Drew has to worry about Sartaj. Man, Thomas Green going to take a position there as the 49 machine puts him into the outside wall. Here comes James, Jimmy Fillers as well. Will fall in line. Let's see, 4th. 13 laps to go. Quickest man on the racetrack last lap was Andrew Tenold. 17th, trying to get around Mitchell Bagley.
I wonder if there might be any orders for, them satellite teams. Hey, brother, you've got a position. I'm in the playoffs. Give me a couple extra points.
Ryan Tiller picks up the spot with Brandon Kiger. Frimpong under pressure here from Wigan. Thomas Green has gotten around Drew Jawal here for 2nd. Gap is 2 car lengths between your top 2 who are on the same tire strategy.
Oh, I mixed up Dolly and Tenold, and that is my bad.
But look at this Hornet's Nest. Here comes Jarrett Talmadge. Here comes Samuel Min. 3 wide. Talmadge meat in the sandwich.
Come on, guys. Don't do it again.
Talmadge looking to the bottom side of the racetrack. Contact made between
Contact
the 42
between
and the
42
43.
and the 40.
Again, trying to find a way around.
Salmage going to go
William
middle three.
Bowman taking advantage. Jordan Kernow trying to escape this group. Jordan Miller's still in the hunt. Dylan Kilovich behind trying to make up a move. And it's really a matter of time before this pack explodes. Can't get away with this for too much longer. But here is the battle for the race lead, coming inside of 10 laps to go. Single digits up on the board, and the gap between your top two is 2 car lengths. They are on the same tires. Fillers gets clear to third. Top three all on the same tire strategy. Drew and Sartaj Man starting to drop back. They last pitted on lap 77. Can they even make it to the end?
Thomas Green, he was looking on the inside of Nick Miller. I don't know if he's going to be able to put together a run to get by him.
Quite, but he has closed the deficit ever so slightly from 2 car lengths to a car length and a half. This 13 has come alive here over the course of the last 10 laps or so. Here comes Chris Pinder. He's now decided that it's go time. He gets around these guys squabbling hard. And a heck of a lot more cars just ahead of him. He's been conserving his stuff all race long. On the screen again.
Chris
looking
Pinder,
at that
the
middle
oh
lane.
my, Ryan Hatch was just in the outside wall.
It's not looking good for that man. He's up all by himself. We stay green for now, though. Comes Mark Frimpong on fresher tires past Drew and Sartaj Man. Gap is exactly 1 car length as James Jimmy Fillers enters the mix. Ryan Hatch was able to tow off the racetrack. 7 laps to go here in the Tenold-Fischer 172. Opening round of the round of 12. Playoff drivers tonight. It has been a topsy-turvy one filled with attrition, crashes. And most importantly, here at the end, some good hard racing for the lead. Here comes Fillers with a dive to the inside. And this green should have the run up top. Contact is made between the two, and this is allowing Nick Miller to pull back away.
Baylor's trying to get all of the run out of the corner that he can.
Slight nose ahead. He's expecting to dive it into turn number 1 very deep. Try and slide up in front of that 13. Close, and he'll be able to do so. Thomas Green fighting back with the crossover. They're losing more and more time. Now it's the 13's turn to send it in deep to 3 and 4.
Yeah, neither of these drivers doing each other justice if they're going to try and go win the race.
Fillers looks to be the quicker man right now, and he might be clear heading into turn number 1. On the high side of the racetrack, shifting down to 4th gear. To the power as early as you can, and hope that run carries your momentum down the back straightaway. And it will clear into 2nd place. But we're coming to 4 laps to go, and he is 4 car lengths behind Nick Miller. A Toyota, a Ford, and a Chevy. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
In the wrong order, though.
Indeed it is. You see now that Fillers has a little bit of clean air. Can he chase after Nick Miller? They're running the same times. They have the same tires. He's going to have to start closing in. Not able to do so now. Nick
I think
Miller.
with the speeds that these drivers take, you know, go around the track, if he can get in the draft, start pulling himself up there, he might give him... Oh, he hit the wall! Fillers hit the wall!
Drop back 5.5 car lengths. Thomas Green putting him under pressure again. He tried the bottom side of the racetrack, got tight out of turn number 4, and pancaked the wall. There are 3 laps to go.
Oh, contact!
And this is
Keep
all
it going.
Nick Miller needs to see in his rear view. 0.6 of a second, just bring it home. Here comes McQuiggan on Drew Jawad with the fresh tires. Ryan Tiller, Sartaj Man, Tiger in the mix, Kyle Ritchie in the mix. Kernow fighting for a top 10. Kiger bounces.
Oh, they're
off
wrecking
the
on the
wall.
front stretch! Thomas
And there
Green!
goes Thomas
James
Green
Fillers.
from 2nd. Yellow is out. And this has changed the entire complexion of this race. Hold everything, folks. And another playoff drivers race ends in the pits. Fighting for 2nd, fighting potentially for a race win. Fillers takes his line away in turn number 4.
Oh, that Thomas Green blinks out down the front stretch. Fillers doesn't see him and just comes down into him.
Oh no, and they're both destroyed. Fillers as well. We didn't see what happened to him. And that is 2 more playoff contenders absolutely jumped. They will finish outside the top 25.
So even if I don't say it out loud, the pick I was going to make that I was like, oh, my advisor said not to do it, was James Jimmy Fillers. Oh, even if I just think about it. I can't think about race car drivers winning now.
And down the front stretch, Thomas Green has the run. And he, oh my goodness, it looks like Fillers got a little loose on the transition, but with Thomas Green not there, we have no idea. We just, I don't think contact should have been made. It looks like there would have been a lane there. He blinks out. Let's get this exactly right here. Thomas Green is below the seam. A decent margin, but yeah, I don't know why that ends up in contact because he's got a decent margin below that. He is well below that margin. Fillers doesn't really cross over it. And before you know it, they're both just headed towards the front stretch wall, and they both just explode. Blown engine for Fillers, right front destroyed, and obviously we saw the damage to the 13 of Thomas Green. And how about the strategy call?
Strategy call from Drew Juan and Joshua McQuiggan to stay out?
Kyle Ritchie stays out, Ryan Tiller stays out, Jordan Kernell stays out, AC Brown stays out, and guess who pitted? Nick Miller will be in 13th on a green-white checkered.
I feel pretty strongly about him potentially picking up those spots, you know, under caution.
See if they can. They got 3 attempts here at the green-white checkered. Who's also had his own connection issues intermittingly tonight. See if that can hang on. Quiggin has the fresher tires, as does Kyle Ritchie, as does Ryan Tiller. Only 3 playoff drivers inside the top 10. Here's Chris Pinder in 11th, up 24. He made his move at the right time. AC Brown on old tires, as is Drew Juan. Let's take a look at your pitch strategy here for the top 8. There you have it. Lap 77 for Drew, 83 for Casey Brown, 95 for everyone else. And then 13th on back, it is lap 120 under our most recent caution that has thrown this race upside down. I hate to say it, but Nick Miller might pick to win. We've seen this story a time or two before at Charlotte, where he was cruising to a race win before an untimely caution sealed his fate. Ended up second across the line in a thriller with Randy Arms. Talmadge, like he is calling it quits here, and Jordan Miller's coming down as well. Brandon French and Randy Arms need a couple more laps to catch up to Fillers and Green. Randy would love one more caution. He'd pick up 2 spots. Out of the race, Tony Scarbo, Jonathan Dolly, Zach Allman, Kenny Stennis, Ryan Hatch, Jared Talmadge, James Jimmy Fillers, and Thomas Green.
I think we might see some more added to that list before the race is over.
Lights are off on top of the pace car. Joshua McQuiggan on the fresher tires. Drew Jawat with the track position. 3 playoff drivers make up your top 10. Who can play spoiler, or can one of the top 2 win it, or can Nick Miller on fresh tires from 12th steal one here late? 2 laps to go. 3 attempts at a green-white checker. Drew Jawat enters the Geico restart zone, and we are underway.
Check up on that inside line.
Expect Nick Miller
And
to
we're
make a
already
big move.
3
Dylan
wide.
Failwich making a move. Here comes Mark Frimpong to get through the restart zone cleanly. We're going to go to the top side, trying to get the run. We saw Drew fading. The longer the run went on, we've only got 2 laps to hang on. McQuiggan's going to have the run. We're loose further back. Brandon Kiger way out of the way. But here is the battle for the lead. McQuiggan puts it in the wall. Here comes Ryan Tiller and Kyle Ritchie. Can they make it through turn number 4 and to the white flag? It looks like they're going to be able to. Race is official.
We got drivers wrecking on the front stretch. Nick Miller gets turned.
And more drama late. The whole field is wrecking into turn number 1. It's the huge one. Our focus is at the front. McQuiggan puts it in the wall again. 2 car links and closing on the last lap. Here's Drew Jawat. He had to win last week to get in. Shouldn't even be here by most accounts. Pulled off a stunner. And here again at Kansas, 2 weeks in a row. Back to back for Drew Jawat.
Oh my, Joshua McQuiggan and Kyle A. Ritchie. What a finish.
About Speed Zone Esports 4 and 5. Steven Valdala top 10. Jacob Blakely top 10. Magnus Anderson and Chris Pinder top 10.
Chris Pinder.
Nick Miller finishes 21st after all of that. And the fuel held on for Drew as well. But let's take a look here. One wonders if McQuiggan doesn't hit the wall on the initial get up to speed lap, would he have closed up that last 10th he needed? Let's take a look here. Man, what happened to Nick Miller, who's going to feel like he was robbed out of another race win? They wrecked as soon as they took the white flag. And it looks like here, this is going to start with Mark Frimpong. Take a look at the whodunit cam. Dylan Failvich on older tires than this 18's going to make a move to the bottom. It's actually not what starts the wreck. Excuse me, they just made some contact. This happens further up with Casey Brown. The 97 machine and the 46 of Jordan Pernow. And the 97 comes down on him. Turns himself. They all pile up. Here's the Jordan Miller getting right or left reared into the 46. There's Travis DeLeon. Nothing he could have done here. Oh, that's actually contact with his teammate, William Bowman. And then Dylan Failvich winds up in the wreck anyways. Everyone trying to miss it. And then Nick Miller trying to make it through the field on fresh tires. Bump draft to Logan Brass. But that 46 coming back up the track through the grass. Nothing the 20 machine could have done. Sartaj man involved. This is all just a chain reaction. The 46 bounced off the wall. Some horrendous net code. Andrew Tenold nowhere to go. Almost had it missed. Mitchell Bagley. Huge run up there. White flag. I mean, don't argue he probably should have just kept his foot in it. Who was that pink car there that flew through that? Oh, that was Blakely. Massive recovery there with some positions. He comes home 8th after being well out of the picture. just turn it towards the bottom and miss everything.
Yeah, just hope for the best. Keep your foot in it. I have to guess there were probably like some very unpleasant drivers because the driver chat got muted not long after the race ended.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Ryan Taylor top 5. But let's take a look here. I want to see Chris Pinder. This is going to be massive for his playoff hopes. He was biding his time all race long. Zach Scare and Valhalla. And they took the white. Immediately after that, the wreck kicks off, point and overturn. But it's just the way things go. Time to look at this. He's braking down on the apron, gas it back up, and you're good to go. And there's your top 10, buddy. Anything else happen? Nope, just passing a couple guys on the last lap. Very solid there. That's the way it should be done.
Let me know when you're ready for the race winner, Drew Jawal.
Let's go ahead and bring him in here. He said he had to go to the bathroom, but I think we're ready now. Drew Jawal, I got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, you were looking like you were going to miss the playoffs entirely. Had an up and down season, some rotten luck, leading at Daytona, wrecked on the last lap. Not able to make every race, but made just enough. And at Homestead, in a must-win, you won. Came here to Kansas, started 22nd, and didn't have the speed initially. Avoided most of the chaos here tonight. Played the pit strategy game. And looked like you were actually out of contention. You were fading on that last run, but caution comes out with 2 laps to go. You stay out on the racetrack, and you're able to hold off Joshua McQuiggan in a thriller and go back-to-back and get the win to open up the playoffs here. How the heck did you do it?
Yeah, like you said, we started in the back, kind of messed up my qualifying. I actually ran a 9:01, even with hitting the wall, so which would have been pole. But you know, we drove our way through the field while saving our tires, and I decided I was gonna try and stretch it till it was a 1-stop, and I thought we got 40 on fuel. But when I pitted that last time on lap 77, which was how many laps ago now? Like almost 50. We got about 34, 35 laps on fuel, and me and Sartaj Mon, say his name. I'm trying to say it right. But we were gonna try and save it. We got a couple cautions, and we were good at the end. Then we got that caution. We stayed out. Those 3 passed us, and we got lucky with the caution. I was gonna take a 5th place while battling with McQuiggan, and I saw how much fuel I had left. I knew I was gonna be cutting it close. I could only make 1 GWC, and that was good enough for me. We got out of turn 4, got to the line, and I knew it was basically over. And during my burnout, I started to lose fuel pressure, and now I ended up over here somehow. I don't.
Parked in the grass.
Yeah, I'm somehow over here.
Yeah, the ultimate strategy call plays off, and that fuel was ever tight. Didn't even really think about that as a possibility, but it was really close. But you calculated it perfectly. Came away with a win to open up the playoffs here. Good to get that that pressure off your back, especially as we go into Talladega. I believe that's next week. Schedule it should be.
Yes.
So the ultimate wild card next week, but you already got the win. You are sitting pretty.
That doesn't mean we're not going to try and go for 3 in a row. I know my OCM teammates aren't going to be there because I don't think they're inside the top 30, but we'll go and fight. Try and help some of the people that helped me earlier this season, maybe get a win. But to win back-to-back races when I wasn't even locked into the playoffs and now we're locked into the next round is pretty crazy. You know, we didn't dominate tonight like we did last week. We kind of had to fight our way through, and those cautions were kind of frustrating, but it allowed me to save the fuel that I needed to make it to the end. And I wasn't sure about the strategy call when I initially stayed out. I saw a couple people, and I looked back, and I think there was like 8 or 9 people that stayed out. And with how many laps we had left, like a GWC, even with 4 tires, you weren't going to get to us. So glad the fuel held up, and we'll go to Talladega and have some fun.
Absolutely. Just a dominating effort at the end when you need it the most, able to hang on and hold off McQuiggan on those older tires that you had. So it was an absolutely solid performance from you tonight. Clutch in the end. Looking forward to seeing what you can do at Talladega next week. Before we let you go, anyone you need to say hi to, shout out for the broadcast.
Yeah, shout out to Team OCM. Like I said, second win of the season for us. Second season of the season for us. For me, I mean. And shout out to you guys on the broadcast booth for always doing what you do for us. And shout out to ARS as a league. Thank them for letting us run. And yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on the win. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
So I've been informed that McQuiggan, you got a mic or not? I've been hearing some stuff.
I mean, the quality isn't very good,
All
but
right, well, it'll do. It'll do. Up and down race from you, obviously up towards the end of it, and came home second. And if you don't hit the wall and then get up to speed lamp, you potentially have a shot at Drew for the win. But nevertheless, just coming home second tonight in a survival type race, up 18 spots, got to be huge to kick off your playoffs.
yeah, it is definitely a very big race. We definitely didn't have the best car out there tonight. We started off poorly with a bad qualifying run, hit the wall on our second lap. After that, got caught up in that second or third lap wreck, and ever since that, we just hung out in the back and played strategy well because dirty air was horrible tonight. So getting up through the field on your own was basically impossible. After the strategy calls, it worked out for us, got us up into the top 10. And then towards that final run there, me and Drew battled pretty hard and burnt up my tires. If I didn't burn up my tires that bad there, I think I probably could have won the race there at the end.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, like you said, just a fantastic result at the end, despite all the struggles that you had at the midpoint of the race. And you're sitting pretty heading into the ultimate wild card race next week.
Yeah, that definitely was the goal, to build up a bit of a cushion for next week. I don't have good luck at Talladega in playoff situations.
Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to for the broadcast?
LAT Racing Oils, as always, Michael McElroy, Randy Arms, Brandon Laitis, James Fillers, and Brandon Richard for all the work they do for the league. And then everybody else for coming out each week, and you guys for broadcasting, which for these races, which can sometimes turn into caution fest.
Well, congratulations again on the hard-fought second place. We look forward to seeing you next week at Talladega.
Thank you.
We'll see if we can get our third place finisher here, and your biggest mover tonight, Kyle
I gave
Ritchie.
him, yeah, I gave him a little bit of a ping. Hopefully he gets in, hops in somewhere.
He's still online even. He is online. We'll see. Give him 30 seconds, I suppose.
30 seconds or we're moving on to CMS.
Yep. We will move on. Oh, there he is. He's met his deadline. Let's pull him in here. Kyle Ritchie in the 76, your biggest mover here tonight. Had the great long run speed when we had him in that 76 machine. And he was looking very competitive. Up and back, wrecked a couple times, kept fighting back, and able to avoid that last lap chaos and come home third here tonight. How'd you do it?
Tried not to wreck. That didn't happen.
Right.
So I strategized my way to the front. Do want to apologize to the 51 for taking him out. That was the big mistake.
Absolutely, but definitely not the only incident. So obviously, I think
that was definitely not the only incident.
So I think it's like your only one, though. Obviously, you can appreciate the owning up to it. Definitely helps moving forward.
Yeah.
But definitely a fan. I mean, 26 spots you gained here tonight from where you started. Not the qualifying effort you would have wanted, but you were up and back all night long. It was impressive watching you fight your way through the field tonight.
It was fun when we were racing, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. It looked like a good one out there. Yeah, obviously, just some guys need to work on situational awareness and, reposition their cars and what. But look good. I mean, the highest finishing non-playoff driver, so you got the bragging rights to kick off the playoffs there. Best of the rest. Kept the car in one piece, like you said at the end. That one incident, pitted 7 times, so Kind of shows you what the race was tonight, but you came out with a solid third place finish as we head into Talladega next week, where it's going to be more of the same kind of wild card behavior.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun race, I think.
Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to for the broadcast?
Shout out to my teammate Dylan, who had a rough night as well. And shout out to Trav for making my awesome paint scheme.
Congratulations on the hard-fought third place, and look forward to seeing you next week at Talladega.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's go hit up the CMS boys.
ARS Race.
How we doing, fellas?
Fantastic.
So let's just go ahead and say it. Chris Pinder, we were informed of his strategy. Kind of hanging back, and yeah, like you said, it worked out.
Yeah, it's what I did all season.
Yeah, and it is up. You were one spot off biggest mover. Kind of let you pipped you there, but up 25 spots. And
look at that incident column on the 17 car.
It's I don't see the incident counter. I just know you were.
It's a big goose egg. It's a 0. What's up?
That. So 0 off tracks, 0x. Get the bonus points to boot. A big night for the 17 machine. And looked at your last lap there. You saw the massive wreck, and you just kind of hit the brakes, pulled off to the apron, said, "I'll let you guys figure it out, and I'll take 10th place."
Yeah, like I don't understand why more people don't do that. But hey, whatever. If you think your best strategy is just hold that gas and drive through it, you try it out, bud.
Yeah. Doctors hate.
Talk to William Bowman. That guy had a great race tonight too. We passed everyone together.
Yeah, doctors hate him. This one simple trick for a top 10: hit the brakes. Thing right there. Yeah, but you brought William Bowman right with you to 11th. He's up 21 spots. You guys were kind of in tow most of the night, just trying to avoid most of the chaos. Like you did a good job of that at the end of things.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it was. It was definitely chaos. So, but we stayed alive at the end.
Absolutely, that's what's important, is getting to the end of these races sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of pretty aggressive driving there, so it was pretty wild to be a part of.
For like 35th.
Yeah, right. It was up, back, sideways, left, right. It was very interesting. It looks like everyone kind of mixed up the schedules. Talladega is next week. But they were kind of racing like it was here tonight with the moves that were being made and all that fun stuff.
That car bump drafted me when I was in like 25th.
They were just getting some practice in for next week. It was comparable racetracks, right?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Get the notes in early. But yeah, we head to another ultimate wild card next week. I know you guys got the numbers and you work well together. Kind of be more of the same early on. I expect just try and stay out of the mess and be there at the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Worked out for you guys so well all year, and I expected to work out at Talladega. We'll see if everyone learns from. I don't even know. Learn a lesson or learn from their shame and failure. Whatever you want to call it. Learn from something tonight, and hopefully, they got 7 days figured out for Talladega. If they don't, it's going to be over pretty quick for those guys.
And a lot of other people.
Yeah,
those next gens are tough, but they don't take those hits that well.
It just kind of depends. We've seen it's weird, and just don't. As long as you don't get it on the right or left front, you should be okay. But once you do, it's game over.
Clearly, changing your number doesn't work either. Just saying. I know, touchy subject, but
it happens.
It does.
It happens sometimes. That's all you can say. Zach Amon, it's not. Feel so bad for him.
I like Zach, and I like racing around Zach because Zach is a really clean racer.
No.
But I've had this conversation with you guys before, where you can't race at the back of the pack the same way you do at the front.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the pinball tonight. Yeah.
But he also put himself 3 wide a lot of times, 4 wide a lot of times, and put himself in bad situations around drivers he knows he's faster and better than.
Right.
Just stay behind them. They're going to hit the wall in 2 laps.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a lot
Did
of that
you guys
tonight.
see who was coming back up on the track like savages?
That happened a couple times tonight, so I can't really figure it out.
I I kept seeing it. I'm like, who is that? But sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah. There's a lot that people can go back and look at, so it'd be fun for people that are trying to clip stuff or whatever. But yeah, it's entertaining for I'm not even gonna say the wrong, but for interesting reasons. Some people will find enjoyment out of this, I'm sure.
People that don't like ARS, yeah.
True. But
Any viewers say anything on the chat, man?
Nah, just making jokes out of it. The Philly had the best comment of the night. Me and Art were saying it's going to take 25 cautions for Randy Arms to get back on the lead lap. Mere seconds later, caution comes out, and Philly said 1 of 25. So that cracked us up pretty good.
Poor Randy. What a good racer, too.
Yeah, he's had some rotten luck. Oh, there was Ryan Tiller. He says, William, I'm sorry for bump drafting you. Please don't feel that way. Ryan's a good dude.
Ryan is a good dude.
Got a
great to race around.
Yeah, top 5, well deserved for the night. Yeah, Talladega next week, so we're gonna head into the great unknown again. So expect some pretty interesting stuff.
What was for dinner tonight?
What was for dinner tonight? I had chili.
Ooh, I love chili.
So good.
Art?
Nah, I haven't eaten.
What?
Oof, not healthy.
Gonna get angry here in a minute. Gotta wrap up these interviews.
That's why he's quiet.
That's why he's so quiet. He's like, just get this over with, Max.
Yeah.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Put it in the microwave.
Right on.
Hey, big boy's trying to lose weight. All right, I can afford it.
Nothing wrong
I
with
got
a hot
enough weight
dog.
to burn.
It's a good attitude about it.
Yeah.
I take plenty of vitamins. I'm gonna be healthy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Everybody's awkward. I feel it.
I'm just very warm.
Hey, during this awkwardness, y'all should go buy YJ Media merch at YJMediamerch.com.
YJ Media merch.
Buy more. buy baby stuff. Buy baby stuff and get Philly in the mood.
I gotta do. All right. Now.
On that note, well, see you guys later.
Now it's awkward, but always a pleasure with the CMS boys. We'll see y'all not tomorrow night. So sad, LSRL summer break.
Yep.
But we'll be back at action next Monday night, and looking forward to it.
Good night, sirs.
Yep.
Take her easy.
Y'all take care.
Being here, man. I really appreciate it.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Is your broadcasters. Here with Andrew Tenold and Brandon Kiger of Tenold Galvin Racing. Andrew Tenold just caught up in that last lap wreck, but kept your foot in it and came out the other side in the 13th position, up 14 spots from where you started here this evening.
Yeah, we had a really fast 45 4-mile production Chevrolet. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Yeah, it's a really fast car. We all of TGR had really fast cars, but unfortunately, Dolly got involved in some controversial stuff that's it'll probably be discussed this week, and then the last big wreck that really took out my car out of contention, I thought, but I was able to snag 4 spots on the front stretch. I actually kind of jumped off of Kyger's rear bumper. If you guys ever go back and look at it, it's pretty interesting. But all in all, we had a really fun day. Kansas has always been really unpredictable, but we had fun. Granted, it didn't play in our favor all the way. We still had good cars, so that's always what you want in a race week. So
absolutely. Kiger had some solid speed as well. He was up inside the top 5 at one point, looking pretty racy. Caught up in a couple wrecks, unfortunately, but looked like the quickest he's been all year tonight. Definitely some steps and some notes you could take from this race moving forward.
Yeah, we just good race car. Really wish we could have just finished that run out there before the caution come out. We probably could have come home with a solid top 10, but
Right.
that's not how it works out here. So just got clipped in the right front there on that last restart when they had wrecked on the front stretch there, and just killed the right front. And I apologize to anybody that I got caught up. This car just wouldn't turn, so it was what it was. I just thank Andrew and Devin and TGR for and Zach Martez for helping out tonight.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on a solid effort as a team tonight. Got great speed, and looking forward to seeing what y'all can do at Talladega next week.
yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, you guys should talk to my friend Zach here.
Hello, Zach.
How's it going?
How was spotting tonight?
Spotting was okay. Just trying to crew for all the guys and, see what we could get out of all the cars. Obviously, Dolly had a little bit of a smash him up, and we tried to get that damage fixed just to get involved into something else. So it sucks, but, just trying to do what I can for all four of these guys and help them make sure they got a good race going. And Brandon was obviously doing good. Andrew had some good speed. Hopefully we made Mitchell a little bit better of a race car driver tonight. I know he's been struggling with pace and trying to just be better. He's been very adamant about how frustrated he's been with his pace, but hopefully we helped him get a little bit better tonight. And yeah, just hopefully these guys can have a strong showing next week.
Absolutely. Talladega, the great wild card, so definitely anything and anything will happen, so looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, and definitely just got to shout out to all the sponsors, 4 Mile Productions, First Pacific, Simone's 2 Cents, obviously everyone that's on these cars for these TGR guys that make it all happen. And I can't go amiss without shouting out my own sponsors for my own race car. Obviously, 4 Mile Productions on there, Burning Rubber Radio, Mohawk Foundation, everybody that helps out with my racing that I do for Legend Cars. So obviously, great to help these guys out, and hopefully we can keep helping them go through a good season.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on a solid effort tonight, and looking forward to seeing y'all next week. Here with Nick Miller, and really, again, it's my fault. I picked you to win the race. You started third, and you had solid speed as per usual every week. And 2 laps to go. It's almost a direct repeat of Charlotte, except this time it ended up even worse. You got wrecked as soon as you took the white flag. You come home 21st in a completely undeserved finish. But yet again, I feel so bad. It's the same thing every week. You got the race-winning speed. Caution comes out, or people stay out and get you put behind on strategy. But again, a great race for 99% of it. You just need to somehow shake the voodoo off, or find out who's putting a curse on you for those last 2 laps of a race. But definitely, again, you could take the positives away that you're one of the quickest cars on track.
Yeah, I mean, hey, your pick would have been right if we're doing 119 laps and 120.
Right.
So almost, but it's like the third time now, I think that I've been leading, and they wreck at the end.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe you need to. Someone's paying somebody. I don't know. I can't. Jimmy Johnson had the golden horseshoe. You have whatever the exact opposite of that is. So
just a few. I don't have a horse.
Right. I admire the upbeat attitude. I would have been off and upset, and I don't know. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Heading to Talladega next week, where it's going to be the great wild card, so got to try and recover some points from what's going to be a tricky race for everybody. Anything and everything will happen, but we know you got speed, and look forward to see what you could do next week.
Yeah, I mean, it really helped that a lot of the other playoff guys got wrecked out and DNF'd out of this race too, so I don't think I'm that hurt in points.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now. You beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playoff drivers. Actually, I can't even haven't looked at the full results. So yeah,
we should be okay. Just try to finish at Talladega. Just some of the guys that aren't in the playoffs just need to kind of watch out more often. It's like not put guys in the wall and throwing haymaker blocks on the playoff guys. It's really just there's no reason for it.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting factor. The dynamics, obviously, with 12 guys going for a championship and 23 others not. So I learned to share the racetrack and be a little bit more aware, I guess. But tonight was about survival, attrition. It's just it is what it is. So looking forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Yep, can't wait.
He was in here instantly. Here with Magnus Anderson in the 7, another
Howdy,
one
howdy.
Another one of our playoff drivers. He made it through that last lap chaos as well. Comes home in 9th. He is your 3rd best playoff finisher. Caught up in a lot of stuff tonight. Ended up recovering well at the end. What'd you see out there?
Yeah, I mean, I kept my nose clean the whole race and had a wreck, and I guess someone couldn't find the brake pedal and just drove me right into the wreck. Can't expect less from that driver. I'm not going to name him, but yeah, it was like the 3rd time he's kind of screwed me, and I'm a little over it. But otherwise, it was an okay race for me. There was a lot of taking and not a lot of giving. I mean, I tried to give as much as I could and just run a clean race and, not make any enemies, and just be solid. And I was able to recover, but man, that car drove like it was bad. My wheel was cocked like 15 degrees to the left. So in the straightaways I was straight, and then on the on the corners I was straight, and on the straightaways I was cocked to the left. It was a little different. Overall, I don't know how this playoff's gonna look. Talladega is gonna be nuts. A lot of playoff drivers got caught up in wrecks, and they're gonna be pretty wild for Talladega, I think. And I'm just gonna chill at the back and eat some popcorn and watch the chaos.
Absolutely. The right mindset to take into that race, but you got yourself some great points on your other playoff competitors, and looking forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Oh yeah, want to thank you boys for broadcasting every week. I think the meme review we'll get that done in a few days from now.
Oh, it's gonna take a few days.
Yeah, you got a lot to
Yeah.
look through.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably like 2 or 3 days to go through everything and look at it. So it's gonna be a while.
Well, congratulations on a hard-fought top 10 here tonight.
Thanks, boys.
Here with the Speed Zone Esports guys, Ryan Tiller, top 5. Everybody get hype.
Hey.
Samuel Demian, 4th as well. Big hype.
Hey.
No one's as excited apparently. But yeah, good race from your guys' perspective. Casey Brown was battling late on some old tires. He ends up 16th, and Randy Arms picked up a handful of spots late due to the attrition. And he was able to beat 3 playoff competitors and keep in touch with some others. So not a total loss tonight.
No, it seems like he picked up some points, which isn't bad. Surviving basically every single wave round he could.
Right. And then next week going to be more of the same at Talladega. So we're going to have to survive. What's the strategy? Just kind of hanging out at the back, or try and lead every lap and avoid the chaos?
Strategy is watch whoever puts it in 3 wide and hopefully stay away from them. Because, I mean, the moral of the story in this one is we can't go green without people going 3 wide and then ruining the run.
Right.
But it's fun. I wish we would have stayed green though tonight. I feel like I had a very strong car on a long run. I was definitely picking up and setting down there towards the end of our longest run, but
Yeah, we had I feel like I was at every part of the track at one point, coming from the back to the front, to the front to the back, and
everything in
if
between.
I probably would have had 5 more laps, maybe would have made something happen. But it's
Definitely your best race of the year, though. Definitely found a lot of speed here tonight.
Yeah, can't complain. Qualified pole and finished top 5. So chalk it up that as a win. So
hey, I called my shot. I said that dinosaur's coming for good luck. There we go.
So yeah, I was gonna say I had a joke that if you were involved in a career-ending wreck or your car exploded, I was gonna say like, well, that's what happened to the dinosaurs. They went extinct, and so did your race car. But that did not happen tonight, so I didn't get to be really cringy on air. So there you go.
Looks like we'll have to keep running that scheme for a while this season. It's brought some good luck in both the ARS and the LSRL with some of the finishes that I've had in it. So
absolutely
glad to get it done.
Next week we are not in Kansas anymore, Talladega. You guys work well as a team, so looking forward to seeing what you can do there.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how the strategy works out. But
absolutely.
Onward to the next week.
Absolutely. We will not see you guys tomorrow night. How sad. Tuesday night's on a month break with the recruitment race. But
I'll make sure to send you a picture so you can see me.
Absolutely. Good things come to those who wait.
Well, looking forward to it, fellas. Congrats on a strong run tonight, and we'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys. By the way, Art, hope you enjoy those hot dogs.
Trust me, I'm probably not eating tonight.
Okay. Well, I'll let you work out your issue. We're going to talk to Planet Sim. Y'all take care.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep. Here with the Planet Sim esports guys, and again, we can kind of take credit for the jinxes here this evening. I talked to them earlier, and they wanted to just survive, and we talked about it, the importance of that, and Thomas Green's race ends up in the most spectacular of fashions through no fault of anyone. rather just the joys of online gaming blinked out there for second and a half, and next thing you know, you and Fillers were headed towards the front stretch wall, and both cars exploded.
Yeah, just I don't know. On my screen, usually when I know I have some internet issues sometimes, and I try to stay out of the way and be polite about it. But I don't know. That time, like whenever that happens, I disappear, or everyone else disappears, and I'm still there. And
Right.
that time, I didn't even know I was blinking. I had no idea. All I know is that I got hit in the door and turned. But even regardless if I was there or not, I don't see that ending without us wrecking. And I don't know. I don't get it. We had second and third locked up. We're both in the playoffs. I would have settled for third knowing that that was going to happen. I would have just taken third and been happy. But I guess it happens. It's racing, and we'll just put our heads down and go to the next race.
Good news is you finished ahead of 4 playoff drivers. Filler's obviously right in front of you, out on the same lap. So really, there's not a whole lot of separation between that second half where those cuts are going to occur. Nick Miller 21st, so definitely not out of reach by any stretch. And you know you got some solid speed, had race-winning speed here this evening. And if you can just get through a decent Talladega effort, which you won the opening plate race of the season at Daytona, right back in business.
Yeah, we'll definitely take our Daytona win and try to apply it into Talladega and see what we can do. And yet again, it's just going to be a survival race. I was hoping to survive this race where we were, to not, really have much to worry about at Talladega. But now it's kind of, we're going to have to be aggressive and see what we can make out of it.
Well, you got a great teammate though, great pusher, great pushy, and Jarrett Talmadge. Y'all worked well together at Daytona. Expect more of the same next week for sure.
Very much.
Talmadge, you had a good race going until the very end as well. Caught up in some stuff. Looked quick as always, but just the race of attrition comes for everybody. No bias. It just gets everybody one way or another.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had to take a piss, so that's why I pulled off.
Fair enough. We thought, you know, and I respect the answer. So,
yeah, I figured we were gonna either wreck or something. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take my bingo card and head to the bathroom. So.
Fair enough. I respect it. But looking forward to seeing what y'all can do next week at Talladega. We know you're going to be quick, and just hoping y'all can survive and put on a good show.
Hopefully.
Absolutely. Well, good luck next week, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Jacob, hello. You've been moved involuntarily. How you doing?
What's up?
Jacob Blakely comes home 8th, and your car was destroyed at one point. It came back to finish top 10, though.
Yep, I had 2 minutes of optionals. I was like, man, it's going to be a tough one to come back, and I'm just happy that we saved a set of tires at the end.
Absolutely. How was the car handling with that 2 minutes of damage on it, and how was it handling the rest of the race?
It became free. It was weird. I was talking to Hatch after the race because I got loose in front of him out of 4, I think, and he had the checkup, and I think someone behind him, he hit him, and it was a mess. And he was asking me, and I'm like, yeah, I got damage, and it freed up my car. And when he got into a wreck earlier, he was like, same thing, it freed up the car. So it's very, very weird with the damage wise. It was it freed up the car a lot. I don't understand how that works, but it does. It just did it.
Right.
It was not a fun experience either.
Yeah, able to hang on though, nonetheless, and come home with a strong top 10. I know you've made not as many starts as some of your other competitors, but you looked good tonight. Qualified 12th, and came home with the top 10. So very racy tonight.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do after the Chuck race. Gain a little confidence. I'm like, you know what? We should just start getting to these cup races. And honestly, it was a blast. I don't know. I don't understand how I got through the parking lot on the last lap.
All right.
That was a mess, but other than that, I'm happy. It was a fun race.
Absolutely.
Wish some guys had a little bit more give than take, but hey.
It's like that sometimes. Next week we head to Talladega, the ultimate wild card, so it's going to be another race of survival. So we'll look and see who could come out on top there.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
All right.
Congratulations on a solid result here tonight.
Thank you.
Yep. And Last man we haven't talked to, Ryan Hatch, whose crew is still hard at work. He's still on pit road. It kind of sums up your night. Car is unfortunately destroyed. And just kind of one of those nights, I guess, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it feels like we've been having kind of nights all too often. Like, I don't know. I think there's 4 races I could have been top 15, top 10 car and just get wrecked out.
But definitely showing some increased speed, though. As the season goes on, you were up there running top 15, maybe top 10 at one point, and looking good when the car was in one piece.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you got Talladega next week, the ultimate wild card. I know the Bitcoin boys work pretty well together. What's the strategy for Talladega next week?
Me and Magnus have completely opposite strategies, and they both work. So I like to be at the front. He likes to ride at the back. So
we'll see which prevailing strategy comes through. I imagine both can work. Both can end up in the outside wall, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's the beauty of racing.
Yeah, that's that track.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens. Flip a coin, and hope you come out on the right side.
Yep.
Hopefully next week for you goes a little better, and we look forward to seeing what you guys can do.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the broadcast. You guys always do an awesome job.
Awesome. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next Monday.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, that is everybody that we can bother. All right, your final thoughts on tonight's barn burner of a race.
Barn burner? Don't you mean a demolition derby? They followed in the footsteps of LSRL last week when they finished off their race with a derby. And yes, I did steal it from Philly Bean, who said it earlier in the race.
You are unoriginal and should be shamed.
Shame me. I don't care. I enjoy it. All attention is good attention.
Anywho, here are your official race results.
Hold on. Spencer, you didn't even race tonight, or did you?
I didn't.
Oh,
What?
Spencer
Then why would you
Burton.
get an interview?
Hello. What do you have to add?
Dude,
Yeah,
just,
what you
look,
got?
I was helping out with cautions, helping out in the admin booth, helping work
so
out this
sorry.
race official.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I fell asleep at about lap 60. I didn't know the ARCA cars were back here. I thought that race had already passed. I guess not. It was just, it was crazy. I feel bad for Zach Alman. He's got taken out multiple times, and he didn't even do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It was a tough one to watch, man.
I know.
It was a tough one.
You got finger cramps from hitting the button so many times?
My eyes are cramping from having to hold them open for that long. I was thinking it was going to be like an hour-long thing, maybe hour 20, give it take. 2 hours later, I'm ready to hit the snooze button.
Yeah, I got 2 hours and 40 minutes here, so.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's just one of those nights, I guess.
Yeah, it was about wreck o'clock earlier, and now it's about bed o'clock, so I'm going to call it a night after that one.
Alrighty, well, appreciate you helping out on the back end of things. They put you to work tonight, they didn't tell you.
I did a lot better work than the drivers, apparently, so that's a good one.
Yeah, they put you to work tonight, but appreciate your help, and hope to see you on track or helping out. I just hope to see you.
I'll be back for Dega.
There you go. All right, we're looking forward to it, and good luck next week.
Alrighty, thank you guys. Thanks for the good show.
Absolutely. All right, so these are your race results, as we were saying when Spencer got in here. Drew Joie, winner in a thrilling finish between him and McQuiggan. Kyle Ritchie, your highest finishing non-playoff driver. Good night for Speed Zone. Solid night for Steven Valdal. I haven't had a chance to talk to the ASBV guys that much, but they're still hard at work. We head through more of these results. You see a lot of trouble for some playoff drivers. Sartaj Mann 18th, 21 cars on the lead lap. Nick Miller, Thomas Green, James Jimmy Fillers, Randy Arms, Justin Johnson, Zach Alman, and Jonathan Dolly all having all sorts of trouble here this evening. Tony Scarbo's internet gave out on early in the race. Hunter Rupp never took the green flag. Those are your results here this evening. No Tuesday night action tomorrow night. LSRL doing their off-season / recruitment races. So if you're interested in racing with the guys on Tuesday night, definitely highly recommend it. They put on a show each and every week, averaging 1.5 cautions per race. Head over there for some clean driving as well, and to be broadcasted by us as well. And then this Friday, major announcement being made well after everyone's already gone. We will be taking over the main Rod Car broadcast on Friday nights. So looking forward for that. The Puffer Zone Network guys taking a bit of a break as their producer Matt Spalding heads off to some real world broadcasting. So massive shout out to them. Appreciate the work they do. And super excited for Spalding.
I'm not sure if he's actually getting to be a broadcaster or if he's just taking an internship at the racetrack.
Well, he's definitely working on the real world side of things, and it's pretty awesome to see. We will be live Friday night. Rod Car main event, not the truck tour, main event. Qualifying begins at 9 Eastern. Grid at 9:05. So we are super excited for that. And we're grateful to Rod Flag for the opportunity, so come on out for that. Got the ARS Truck Series on Sunday nights, broadcasted at raceaffinity.live. So looking forward to that. A lot of action still to come this season. So definitely highly recommend signing up. Got the Discord links. You can reach out to us. We'll point you in the right direction for the Truck Series. Registration is closed as the playoffs are underway for the Next Gen Series. But can definitely get you in the Truck Series and the LSRL recruitment races, and then in Rod Car on Friday nights for some super speedway actions. Definitely got a lot of exciting things happening, and we couldn't be more excited that all of you have joined us on this. Looking forward to seeing y'all Friday night at 9 o'clock. Be sure to follow to not miss a second of the on-track action and follow your favorite drivers week in and week out. We'll see you Friday night at 9 Eastern. For Rod Car 87s at Talladega, I believe. Yes. Race 7 to 12 for them, so they're getting down to the nitty gritty as well. Y'all take care, stay safe, and we'll see you back here Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all take care.